Hey everybody, welcome to another installment of Starmetal Gaming and our campaign Cauldron of Bones. How are my players doing tonight?
Doing good.
Good.
Fantastic.
Awesome to hear. I'm glad that we have Russell back playing our skeleton dwarf. Russ, how you been doing?
I've been really busy in life.
Well,
That's about it.
I'm glad to see you, and I'm sure the fans are too. Anybody watching the show, we're glad to see your character back. We're going to go ahead and start out with Russell's character tonight since he's separated from the group. He'll eventually have to rejoin all of you. Russ, last you left off, I know you've watched the episodes and you've caught up on where we're at, so I don't have to do any of that, but you're still at the temple. I'm going to say that you do have your own room. You don't necessarily need a bed to lay down in because you're a skeleton, but I will say that you go into a dead sleep where you kind of just phase out for a little bit sometimes. And I'm going to say that you're waking up from one of those. You do know that today is the day that they're going to attempt to uh, you put the amulet inside of you permanently. Um, y'all hear that dog barking?
Mm-hmm.
There was
No.
a dog barking. Sorry, everybody, for the dog barking. But anyway, uh, they're going to put it in you today. Like I said, you come phasing up out of your dead sleep, and it's to Raka walking into your room. What do you do?
What are you doing in here? What are you doing?
She's like, well, I'm just kind of worried about them working on you today. I thought I would come comfort you. I know your condition is only temporary, but I know these last few days, you being in this type of, way that it's affected you mentally. I bet you're happy to get it over with.
Yeah, I sure am.
I know you're strong, and I know that we can get through this. I just, I want you to be brave as you go into this, and just know that I'll be waiting for you when you're done. She goes ahead and she
Uh,
leans.
I uh, I
Okay.
go ahead and stand and start putting my robes on.
Okay. Well, you can
Uh,
tell she's kind of teary eyed.
yeah.
She walks up to you as you're getting your robes on, and she helps put your final sash around or whatever. And she kisses you on the forehead, and she turns and she walks out of the room.
Okay. Let's see here. I guess I go down to the downstairs part, and he left that wand, correct? That
Uh,
armor binding wand.
Pretty sure we left that behind at the temple for him.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Uh, I'm gonna go study that uh, and see what type of magic it uses, and then I'm going to try to find someone to use that device.
I do believe that um, it was a mage slash sorcery type wand. I just rolled it just now, and there are no dwarves there that could handle the wand. But you do know that they've been building a special case and everything for you as you're doing it. But I know you're considering that as well. As you're down there and you're studying the wand, the bishop approaches you and he's like, "Oh, I found that object intriguing as well. Are you ready for us to permanently join the amulet to you today?"
I think I have another way.
Well, the blacksmith has certainly put in a lot of work. I would hate to deny him uh, the way he was going to do this. I know that you would like to go this route, but
Josh's
uh,
mom is still here, correct?
yeah, but
Josh's character's mom.
yeah, but all of her, uh, well, I mean, you're welcome to talk to her about it, but all of her, well, from what she's mentioned before previously, all of her magical ability was sucked out of her by her sister. She can't even use anything to.
Yeah, she doesn't have to have a magical ability to use magical or use a magical device.
Oh, you're welcome to go talk to her about it. But I will say that the bishop and everything, how they had everything set up, they've worked really hard on it, and he does definitely implore you to go the route that he wanted it done.
Okay. Well, you're probably right, and I can also do this after that.
And he also says when you talk about the wand that you would still be very susceptible to fire, and uh, that even if you used that to create something to hold it within you, if it caught fire, then that object could, you know, let go of the amulet. But also, the encasing that they have made, he breaks out the design and he shows it to you, and it's a heart, the actual shape of a heart, and the amulet thing's going to go inside the heart, and the chain is attached around your neck. But then there's a special uh, chest plate that they're going to put on you that covers your rib cage and locks everything in to where it can't be moved, ripped off, or fall out from you.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a great plan.
Okay. He says, "Thank you so much for agreeing with this. I know that it's kind of making you nervous, but we're going to do the best we can to make sure that it'll never leave you so you can be the greatest assistance to your party."
Thank you.
Okay. He goes, "But we won't be able to do it down here. Uh, we have everything set up for you up in the blacksmith shop ready to go this morning."
I I'll head that way then.
Okay. As you approach the blacksmith shop, Rocca is sitting outside. And she's like, "Well, I'm not going to go in there with you because it's going to be awfully crowded. Everybody working on it and making sure that it gets on you well." She goes, "I hear that they're going to have to take it off temporarily to get everything set up to where it can connect to you." She goes, "But everything should be 100% fine because they're going to restrain you before it happens."
I nod my head and I just head in there.
Okay. You go in there, and sure enough, they have a special chair built for you. It's made out of dwarven metal, has awesome restraints on it. The bishop goes ahead and helps you up into the chair, right? They go ahead and they strap you all down. He looks at you and he goes, "Everything should be fine. I'm sorry that you have to go through this and we have to temporarily remove it, but we have to do it so we can put it inside the heart and then attach it to you and then put the breastplate on. But it shouldn't take long, and you should only remain in this other state temporarily." Are you going to be okay?
Yep.
All right. They go ahead and they put all the binds on you. Sure enough, the last one they put on is strapped to your head. It's crazy because it's way more held in place than the last one you were strapped in downstairs. It's like this locking thing that goes around your head, and they've got extra bars over your arms so you wouldn't be able to escape, right? You feel insanely secure as they lock you down because they don't want any trouble with you as you turn into the other thing. They take the amulet off you, or holy item, and you slowly start to fade out, right? Whenever this happens, you go back into yourself, into this darkened realm. Everything seems kind of misty and smoky around you. Uh, is there anything you want to do while you're there?
Can I move around?
When you're in the darkened realm and you look at your arms and you start moving, you look like yourself, but naked. But you can move
Okay.
around.
I'll start moving around.
Okay. Uh, when you start fleshing around, I'll say you start waving your hand through the smoke, right? And you start making shapes with it, you know. And but then off in the distance, right? You hear what it sounds like is screams and yelling after a while of messing around in the smoke.
I'll try and head that direction.
Okay. You constantly start heading that direction, right? Going into the smoke, running and running and running. As you keep making your way through, you start to see a dim light in the distance.
I start heading that way.
Okay. You go towards the light. No.
Okay.
You keep going and going, and sure enough, like as you run faster and faster towards the light and you start approaching it more and more, the voices get louder and stronger, and they all sound like dwarven, you know, and they sound like yelling and stuff like that. And right when you approach the light, you awaken, and the blacksmith that was working on you, right? He's looking at you in the face, and he's like, "Are you awake? Are you awake?" And you see blood running down the side of his head, and you see fire behind him, like as if the church is on fire. And he goes, "I need you to be awake. Are you awake?"
Um, yeah, I'm awake.
He goes, "Good. Are you senses? Do you have your senses about you? Are you okay?"
Yeah.
He goes ahead and he starts unbinding you. When you see him taking everything off you, right? You notice that there's dwarven bodies laying on the floor. You know that the church is on fire, and he's like trying real hard to undo you, but you see that he's been stabbed like really bad in the chest. And he's like, "Oh my God. Oh my God." He goes, "I can't believe what just happened. Oh man, I'm so glad you're yourself. I needed you. I'm going to need you to heal me. Oh, the second I can get you free." Is there anything you want to say or do? He goes ahead and he
Nope.
gets
Just
you
wait.
he gets you unlocked from the mechanism, or from the chair.
As soon as my hand's free, I touch him and I cast Cure Light Wounds.
He's like, "Oh, I knew you were a priest. Tell me how many healing points you getting back."
That would be 11.
Okay. In this edition, like, healing doesn't necessarily just stop bleeding, right? Would have to reseal the wound, or would it?
No, one point of magical healing, as long as it's not a major wound, will seal it. But then, once you get into Cure Light, it will seal the majority of like stab wounds and stuff like that. So
Okay,
it's
so is there a chance are you still bleeding?
a slight one. Like it depends on what he was stabbed with. If it was like a slashing weapon, there's still a chance. But if it was just piercing or bludgeoning, then it would stop anything dealing with that.
Okay, Russ, you notice that his wound did close a bit, but it didn't fully close, and he's still slightly bleeding. But he does look a lot better, and he's like, "Oh, that feels so much better." He's like, "If it's not going to heal me all the way, will you take that poker and close the wound for me?"
I since I've basically stopped it, I'm gonna use a healing check,
Okay,
my healing skill to close these wounds.
okay, but you're not going to use the poker. You're just going to try to use something else to close them.
Yeah, something maybe a little more sanitary, but I can use that poker to close those wounds. But I'd
I
rather
mean,
not do more damage
it's
if I
just
don't
a
have to.
it's just a main slash across his chest.
Okay. Yeah, I'll use the. Yeah, let me roll that. 17
Okay, you managed to.
plus 9.
Oh wow, yeah, that's nice. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Okay. Um, I will say that you do it quick, since you rolled so high. Uh, you didn't really spend a lot of time digging it into him. You laid it on it flat. You laid it on it even, quick, and it sealed the wound. He didn't even make any additional move. He just like "Ugh," when you did it. He didn't scream out or nothing. It was so fast. He's like, "Oh, good." He's like, "You will not believe what happened." He goes, "This, I need you to listen to me. The second we put you under, not even a couple of moments later, that Minotaur thing, it showed back up in the church, and it had some other mechanical being with him. They requested to speak with the bishop instantly, and they wouldn't take no for an answer. The bishop went up and spoke to him, and it was like that other mechanical thing almost took over his mind as they were talking to one another. The bishop started telling him everything that's happened. And then all of a sudden, this light came from him, and me and all the other dwarves just started killing each other. And there's nothing we could do, and they just sat there and watched us as we all killed each other. They thought I was dead from my grave wound, but I was the last one alive. And I crawled in here, and I undone your shackles after I finished putting you together. They they took your woman with them. They said that they're going to use her to find your friends. I'm so sorry I couldn't stop them, but I had no control over myself, and I killed all my friends. All I know is that we have to get to Fly Shore as fast as we can. The good news is I do know of a teleport scroll in the bishop's study. It's the only one he has, but we can use that to go, or I believe you could because it's designed for a priest, but it would be only once and it would be to get there.
thank you for your information.
I'm so sorry they took her, but all I can remember is that she was unharmed when they did.
Well, we have that. Uh, I'll move to collect my things and some extra things I can find. Uh, I'll use detect magic and look for the armory or strongholds. Any
Oh,
survivors?
as you're looking around and you're grabbing magical stuff, he comes out and he says, he goes, not a lot of the dwarven people here had magical items. He goes, none that I could remember of importance. He's like, and it was crazy because they were drinking their potions and stuff as they were fighting. Like they still knew who they were, but they didn't. And we were just ruthlessly killing each other at their amusement. He's like, but I do have the bishop's staff, and I think he would want you to have this.
I graciously thank you, and I graciously take it.
He said he called it his warding holy staff of blessing. You want me to go ahead and give you the stats on it?
Yeah, go ahead.
It functions as a +2 normal staff as a weapon, right? With a +2 on it. But it can be used once daily to give a temporary +2 to armor class and will saves to one piece of armor, clothing, or jewelry for 12 hours. But it also functions as a +2 staff weapon if you do use it as one.
Okay.
It's like, I can't believe he instantly took over the bishop's mind. The bishop was so wise and so powerful, but when he looked into that being's eyes, it was like he didn't even have a soul. My name is Doug Blackaxe, by the way, and I'm so sorry I had to give you all this news. I will make sure that I see you back to your friends. I have family in Flyshore, and I'll stay with them until all this gets mended. But
That's a good plan.
our kind has suffered so much loss. We should go ahead and, I guess, make our way up to the bishop's chambers, and maybe we can find that scroll.
Yes, we'll head that way.
As you're going that way, he goes, I think the mechanical beings will be less inclined to start anything at the kingdom. There's more magical people there that could probably handle them, but I'm not for sure. But seriously, we were an easy target. I I never knew that someone could take over all of our minds so easily. I am pretty sure that they will be coming for them, but I don't know how or when. And Raka, dear Raka, she was so sweet. I just want her to be okay.
Don't speak of it. Well, let's just find this scroll and get this done.
All right. You go ahead and you start searching through the you start searching through all the bishop's things and everything like that.
Do I come
You,
across anything interesting? Like bags of gold or gems or books of priestliness or the family recipe for beer or
yeah, you did come across some things. Just rolling their rarity. Okay. I'm going to say you found a donation chest with gems in it. There's about 240 gold pieces worth of gems.
Stealing from a church.
Well, technically, he's still a member, so he's just making sure nobody else steals from it.
there you go.
Technically, he's the highest ranking member there.
I mean, you know, if a pastor stole all the money.
You do see an extra set of his robes, Russ, but they are non-magical. Oh, and also that staff with the +2. You know how I can enchant another item with the +2 and the +2. That is a constant functioning thing for the staff for yourself. So you get a +2 to AC from the staff. You also get the AC from a breastplate that's covering your chest. I forgot to write that down. What's the AC for a breastplate? Like 6 or 4?
5.
I can look it up.
6 or 4? It's 5. I knew it was around that ballpark. But
Russell, you should let me use that staff.
Huh?
You should let me use that staff.
Oh yeah.
You can't use this staff.
Russell's like, Frankie.
No, breastplate. Actually, breastplate is 6.
Oh, cool.
What is
Okay.
it, Nick?
Yep.
Okay, so you get the 6 from the breastplate, and you get an additional 2 while wielding the staff, and you get a +2 bonus to will saves, which is probably already disgusting since you're a priest.
It's fair.
Like, you sure you don't want to give that to my reflex save? But like I said, you will find a extra set of the bishop's clothes. It is a really nice version of the robes of your priesthood, and you're welcome to take that as well. While you're looking through the stuff, sure enough, you find the scroll of teleport.
There it is.
Black Axe,
All right.
he went ahead and he pulled extra gear off some of the dwarves they knew. While y'all were searching through stuff on the dwarves looking for anything you could grab, uh, he was taking like some of his favorite friends, some of their armor pieces, and he was obviously speaking uh, important things about them as he was taking it. Like, I'll always remember you, brother, and I'll wear this in your honor. And he put it on another part. So he has some really kind of weird looking makeshift armor right now, but he's just covered in his friend's blood, and you can tell that that's his way of saying goodbye.
I tap him on his. Is he shorter than me or is he same height? I grab him by his shoulder and I say, "We're gonna make this right."
He's just slightly higher than you. He's like, I don't know. I've never seen beings with such power. I was so scared when we first saw the Minotaur, but that other one, he just took control of our minds. What kind of thing does that?
Russell, just let them know that I've killed one already.
I do remember his name. When he rose up in the air, he called himself Mystery, and then everybody's eyes just became taken by him.
That's very interesting.
I just hope there's not many more of them, and we can find a way to crush them too for what they've done to our people. After what you said
Uh,
happened to the mountain, and now this, they don't have enough blood to repay it.
no, they do not. All right, if I've cleaned this place out pretty good, then let's find a place to activate this and go.
All right. Uh, I'm gonna go ahead and say that y'all probably don't want to go back to the horror scene that was down there, so you'd probably go ahead and activate it in the bishop's office.
Okay. I make one more quick look around. You never know if there's a treasury, and then uh, pull the scroll and start reading it.
Okay. I'm gonna say the last time you look around, sure enough, you see the recipe for the ale, or one of the copies of the recipe.
Yeah, I bet that's original.
Or what I'm gonna say is it's gonna be just a really super fancy version of y'all's Bible, right? And it has the recipe in it at the front of the book.
Oh, now that I'm going to treasure.
And you can just tell that, or because the whole outside of it's metal, and it's really well made, like a super heavy book, real nice. You know what?
Okay.
I'll go ahead and say the outside of it's gold
Hell yeah.
because I rolled really high. So, all right,
It's
and
heavy as hell.
heavy as heaven, Frank.
Oh.
Then I will make room and cast a spell.
All right. Okay, and Russell, you'll get back to the team here shortly. Um, Everybody else, I do believe that we left off that y'all just went up the main road going up to the or to the castle, and you're coming up
Yeah,
to
we're
the
at the entrance to the castle.
main gate.
Yeah.
As you approach the main gate together, Captain Readyfast leaves the wagon and he approaches the guards at the gate. He shows them pulls a contract out and he shows it to them, and he says that he's with the last of his band of warriors, the guard of Tremafor, and that he's there to collect for the band of warriors that have passed and the ones that are still living. The guards look over, and one of them orders the other one to open the doors, up at the tower. He sends the order down, and sure enough, y'all see the big doors at the front of the castle start to open. He hands the contract back to him and he goes, "Did you complete it?" And he's like, "Oh, of course we did." And he goes, "Well, congratulations on your success." Um, and he goes, "You can leave the wagon here and y'all may enter the castle."
Do they want us to take the body of the dead queen? Or
I love Josh's look over there. Josh kind of just raises up slowly, but he's like,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
undead in the castle? I don't know.
the captain dude was saying we were taking proof, so that's the only reason I took the queen.
Did y'all fix her neck or is it still?
Yeah,
I think we
fixed
did,
it.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure. I thought I remembered y'all fixing it, but I wasn't for sure.
It was just a simple little broken neck. You just gotta break it back.
Simple thing, right?
But yeah, if they don't want us to take it, we can just leave it in the wagon. That could be our Pexor's little plaything or whatever. Or his.
When you
Well,
say it like
oh,
that, it
what?
sounds so much weirder.
So do y'all take her out of the wagon?
I mean, we can. It's all. This is all
Yeah,
depending
sure.
on if they want the body for proof.
I mean, I still have the king's head in my satchel, and now I have the queen's body. So, I mean, yeah, sure. I'll just be like, hey, come on, and then she'll, I guess, tromp on out.
I don't know if that's a good idea. To have a walking corpse in a king's castle.
You know, what's the worst she can do? Fall down?
That's not what she can do to them. It's what they can do to us.
I'm going to say that the guards have never seen a razor horde, so they don't know anything adverse about her getting out of the wagon or approaching. She might have a little bit of a
Yeah,
groan and a limp to her, but it
that
wouldn't
bone's
be.
supposed to be sticking out.
Well, the
That's
armor's
normal.
covering
That's
the
normal.
armor's covering it up, right?
Okay.
Yeah, she's still fully armored.
All right, so then, yeah.
And
Come on,
her
Queenie.
Queenie, that's awesome. He's got a little leash on her.
So if
Okay.
Pexor and the queen are on the right, I'm gonna be on the left.
Okay.
All
Well,
the way on the left.
so all of you are entering into the castle.
Yeah,
Yep,
I
yep,
guess
yep.
so.
All right. As you come into the large first corridor, you're surrounded by tall columns of marble, several beautiful paintings, and between the paintings are huge stained glass windows that are casting brilliant lights all over the floor, and it's almost like a barrage of or collage of colors everywhere on the floor coming from the outside light. Uh, Most of any of you characters that haven't been in any royal places, I'm going to say that it takes you for a second, just seeing the size of the paintings and the actual detail that's in all the stained glass windows, and even the thickness of the marble of the pillars. It's all very impressive.
So how similar is this to my homeland? Because I don't remember if we were saying like, well,
Uh,
obviously this stuff is bigger just
you
because we're
know,
bigger.
I'm going to say, Frank, that you walking in to this area, you actually, for once, feel at home because your
Great,
family
I start
was
crying.
noble, and y'all would have to attend constant or several dinner ceremonies at the main
Right.
kingdom, and for a second you awe in the beauty, and you taking a deep breath in, but then you feel so underdressed for such an occasion, and you remember that whenever you would go into royal places like this, that you would always want to put forth your best image of yourself, and right now you just feel like a dirty pig covered in blood
I
almost.
feel like a
A
common.
filthy commoner.
I can't believe I forgot my armored tuxedo at home.
My
Everybody else,
my satin
roll a
cummerbund.
spot check for me. Everybody except
Well,
Frank,
I will,
or not
even though
Russ,
I
but
feel strength and everything, I will hold myself up as well as I can, and
20.
maybe get some dirt off my shoulders.
what did I get? Everybody that rolled above a 10, you notice Frank stop behind y'all, and you notice that he really takes in the series or the scenery more, and then you see him look at himself for a second, and almost like disgust. And uh, Frank, your character has hair, right? I don't know. You wear your helmet
Yeah,
all the time.
yeah.
You actually
It's
see
a
him.
long
You see him try to
braid.
slick back his hair, his flyaways that are going on. He tries to
Right.
bring him down,
I
and
take my
you
helmet off.
you actually, for the first time, you wonder to yourself, like, how dignified is Frank, because he is insanely worried about how good he looks right now, and y'all can tell it. Anybody that rolls above a 10.
That's why
I
I'm
send
standing
the
as far away as I can from the undead.
yeah. I send actually seeing all this, seeing this. I send the queen back and be
It's a
like, go
thin
help.
line. It's a
You
thin
send,
line
you send the
between
queen over to him.
vanity
I send the
and
queen
royalty.
over to hold his helmet. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Mal's running around like, "What's this? What's this? There's
I'd rather
colors
have them
everywhere."
living.
What's crazy, Frank? Like, I'm gonna say that right now, your only wish is that y'all would have stopped anywhere, and you could have put on anything other than what you had
Right.
before you walked into a place like this.
Well, so because the dwarf made my armor that brigandine or that banded mail and everything. So
Was it a makeshift though, or did they actually remake
now
it in
I
the
know
shop?
he remade because we couldn't. We used we used
Yeah.
some my old armor piece, an old chest plate and everything that we had, and then it was makeshift stuff that he melted down and like would reforge and everything.
Well, I'm going to say that even then, because
Right.
you had masterwork armor with a masterwork sword, even if you wore your armor into the royal hall of your people back in the day, you was proud, very proud to wear it, and everyone
Oh
thought your
yeah.
armor was beautiful. So even then, like, I would say, even wearing makeshift armor, I would say that altogether, you feel like not proper enough for this place.
Oh
But
no. I feel like I don't know some human ranger I know.
I know. I'm just looking around too because I mean I've never seen anything like this before. It's been a while since I've been into a large city or town, so I'm just kind of taking in everything. Um, I mean, I did
So
notice
I'm
that.
also assuming that looking at the rest of my companions, they've never even been in a palace, let alone a house made of stone.
See,
I
what?
have
Okay,
never seen such a place before.
what am
I
I
haven't seen a
doing?
lot of things, so that's real easy to get to. But
So like, what am I doing? Because I grew up in that big tower. I don't know how ornate it was and everything. Like I actually don't know like what I'm doing.
Okay, I will say that it reminds you of the refinement of the elves because you are high elf. So whenever like it slightly traumatizes you, Michael, it gives you the remembrance of your people and how clean and how they used to think that you were unclean. You know, don't get me wrong, you're really comfortable in a dark, damp, smelly dungeon area with people screaming and undead walking around. So, whenever you think of a place like this, you think about the judgmental views of your people and how they cast you aside because you didn't exactly see things the way that they did. So I will say that, looking straight at it, you wouldn't garner the same respect as other people would have for it. You'd think that this comes with people thinking way too highly of themselves. And I would even say that your character's respect for the dead, you probably don't really consider people that think that they're better than others that high on a level because you actually even respect the dead. So people that think that they're high up on the royalty chain, uh, but it's up to your character. I would just say I would
Yeah.
assume because of you
No, I
being
like that.
because you've been cast out for not being like your normal high elf, that it would kind of remind you of that. So I mean, even though you would look at it and you'd be like, "Wow, this is really good work," and they worked really hard on this, but how many wasted man hours did they spend to make this place look good? That
And
would
now,
probably.
because the common hours, they're not important.
But
I
it's
think the
it's
first
up to
thing
you
I
on
think
how
to
your
myself,
character feels. It's up to
the
you.
first thing I think to myself is why are all these statues naked? My God, fig leaves, please.
Okay, y'all walk through the main corridor, and Frank, did you send the undead thing back to get Frank, as you said?
Yeah, I said to the queen to help him because I saw him like pushing his hair back and trying to like dust off. So I was like, all right, queen, just like pat his back, like dust his back off, hold his helmet or something.
Okay, he knows
Her
he
back.
sends the undead thing over to help you out, Frank.
Send her back. Go back.
What?
Go.
I can't hear you.
again,
You were all the way to the
technically
left. I
not
can't hear
undead.
you.
It's more like an
Break
enemy
them
goblin.
again.
Okay, as the undead thing approaches Frank, you can actually see him recoil in slight horror, not as if he's afraid of it, but if he's afraid of everyone seeing it approach him. He's trying to look as, I guess, as clean as
I'm a
possible and the other
noble.
thing. And sure enough, as Frank is yelling at the thing, saying, "No, get it away from me right now. I don't want anything to do with it." Frank, you look over and you see the slightest smile appear on Michael's character's face, and you know that he did that to totally fuck with you.
Oh, slight? No, it's not slight.
It's not slight.
You can count my 3 extra teeth in that
He's,
smile.
he's all but rolling over.
Yes, nice.
So that I go, okay, come back.
Okay. Y'all come up to another big set of reddish and golden doors. The guard opens up the doors, and you come into this waiting room area that's just paintings. But the carpet's red with gold lining, and so are the walls, and it has a gold ceiling. But you see beautiful paintings all over the room, and there's several waiting seats all over. And across the way, you see a woman standing there, and she seems to be wearing really awesome mage type robes. She has a large hat, golden blonde hair, and glasses, right? But beside her in a chair, she kind of looks like a mage and she is reading a book. But beside her, beside the chair, is a humongous sword that the blade is so thick. It actually looks like a Buster type sword, kind of like. And looks like she wouldn't even be able to carry such a weapon, but it's sitting beside her, leaning against the wall.
I lean next to Nameless. I want that.
The girl or the sword.
You gave me a name.
What?
You what?
You gave me a name.
You don't remember his
I'm
name?
no longer nameless.
Oh no, you didn't write it down on your little nameplate I gave you, so I didn't know if you wanted that one or not.
Oh, I forgot to put his name up on the game thing. Oh, DM fail. I didn't. I should
Well,
have done that.
I really didn't remember if Jared's character accepted the name Malediction or not.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
All right.
Rally
Well,
boy.
I'll make sure to have that up the next game. It's just this game happened to add Russell's character back into the camera. I would have definitely handled
Right.
that. I apologize. I mean, I could do it right now, but it would make the screen look really messy for a little bit.
It doesn't matter.
But okay. He kind of like you said. He says you gave me a name, and what did you say to him, Frank?
That's right. Malediction. You didn't have your nameplate on, so I kind of forgot. But
Yeah.
I
Hi, my
forgot.
name is Malediction.
Right.
As y'all slightly converse and you're talking back and forth, Frank's voice is a little bit booming because he's such a large
oh
character.
shoot! All right. As
Oh,
soon as I can tell if it's booming, Lance, I want to shut up. I don't want to
oh,
say a
okay.
word.
All right. Well, anyway, or whenever you say, well, it's just like even if you're speaking quietly, you're large half giant,
Right.
right? So people can even slightly hear you, even if you're trying to be. But whenever you say his name and you're talking to Jared's character, the woman sitting across, waiting in the waiting room, also, she looks up slightly from her book through her glasses, and she looks at Jared's character, and she tilts her head to the side, and she studies him for a second, and then she goes back to her book. The guard goes ahead and he looks at y'all and he goes, well, is there anything else I can get y'all? Something to drink, some type of food while you wait for the king? She's also waiting to speak to him, so you're going to have to wait till she's done talking to him as well.
Uh, what's the best wine I can get while I'm waiting?
I can definitely have the servant bring you up some wine, some of our finest. I don't know how
Alright.
much it would be good for an elf. I hear they drink the finest of wine, so it might be trash for you, but it's the best we
I'm
have.
used to slumming it.
Frank, he's in totally embarrassing you right there, dude. I'm gonna let you know that
I
your
know.
character is like,
I know.
oh Lord. You're like, oh man.
Like, oh. Listen, Pexor.
Whoa. What's that booming noise I hear? Whoa, do you guys hear that?
Is that thunder?
There's an order to things and a way.
Oh, earthquake! Oh, earthquake! Oh.
Josh, do you want to do anything? I'm sorry. I feel like I'm leaving you out here.
Yeah, I'll just take eggs with me and just kind of pet them and keep them calm.
Eggs.
And
I love that.
Oh,
I'll
nice.
set
I
I'll set a
completely
couple I'll set a couple of seats away from the woman and kind of act like I'm just kind of petting eggs a little bit and just kind of talking with him, but I'll kind of study her as much as I can. If I notice any details about her or anything, looking at the sword as well if I can.
Bro, funny thing, that's exactly the same move I did at junior high prom.
Gotta scope it out.
That's nice. Y'all can continue, Frank and Michael.
All right. What were you wanting to say, or were you wanting to be quiet for the first time in I don't know how long?
What? Listen, when we go up to the king, you have to show some respect.
Why?
Why? Because he is the king. He has earned it.
Earned it by what?
by his achievements.
How do you know? What achievements? By being born from a king and a queen?
What?
Like, I'm talking more like out of character kind of thing. I'm talking more of like divine right of kings, Uh,
Right.
oh,
I'm
okay.
assuming for my people, the way I'm
Oh,
envisioning it is like the way our kings and everything, like is more of like an urn system.
okay. Yeah, I see now.
Whether you're born or not, but I don't know anything about this world or its people or its customs. So I'm just defaulting to
Yeah, no, I get you. That makes sense now.
it.
Okay, yeah, it's over here. The humans don't. You could just be born and be a king.
And then
You know,
Mal's like, "What's a king?"
A king is someone who's very stuffy and wants to waste a lot of time making things that make him feel good, but have no use whatsoever.
that was a very huge look at things, Pixar.
What?
A king rules his people justly, and while
Oh, justly. I bet you that I could find probably 10 or 20 people just outside this castle that say just as quite arbitrary in the human realm.
where are you
Or
from again? A hole in the ground?
Where are you from again? A hole in the sky?
Hey, I'm
Oh
from a hole in the earth.
man, yes,
Yeah,
that's
while all this is
perfect.
going on, I'll kind of lean over to the woman and be like, "Don't mind them. This is kind of an everyday thing."
Uh,
I heard that.
when you look over at her, you say that, and as that happens, the guard was leaving while you were talking, but also the guard returns and has a servant that starts handing you wine right as you're finishing, Michael. Josh, when you lean over to speak to her, you said, "Don't mind my friends," and she's like, "Oh, they are quite an original bunch." And actually, so is your hawk. Do you know what kind of hawk that is?
Uh, Actually, no, it was my father's. He's had it for as long as I can remember. Um, I guess after a while it passed on to me. And I'll just kind of pet him and I'll kind of show him just a little bit closer to her. I'm like, his name is Eggs. And I'm just like, don't ask. But I'll just kind of crack a smile.
He's actually quite rare. I've only seen one other like him at the Council of Elements where I'm from. Uh, he's what they call a ridge hawk. And do you know that rocks are actually made from that type of hawk? And they were the only one that could be increased to the size through magic to create giant hawks.
Hmm. Yeah, I'll just kind of look at Eggs and be like, wow, I
So
guess
in
you're something
all
special.
in all respects, he's very rare, and he's actually the father of those giant birds, just the miniature version.
Hmm. Wow. Well, that's interesting. My name's Othello, by the way.
My name is Ladorn.
And you said you were from the Council of Elements?
Yes, I'm here for specific business from them.
Hmm. I think I might be actually heading that way as well. Is there any news from there?
Are you going there to study magic?
Um, Not at the moment. But I have some questions that I need answering.
Hmm. Well, I certainly would not be able to answer them, and the news I'm on here about is officially secret. Apologies that I can't discuss it further with you.
Did somebody say secret?
I never
Uh,
met.
yeah, I'm like, of course, of course. But yeah, maybe we'll cross paths again. And I'll just kind of, if I can kind of glance, can I look and see what book she's reading?
You look over, and it's in a language. Or do you speak Draconic?
Do not think so.
I do.
No, I do not. Okay, so it's just gibberish to me. Okay.
Yeah, it just looks like it's written in a foreign language, but it's really pretty book. You do see beautiful artwork in it. As you're looking over to the book, the guard on the other end of the room opens the front doors that are going into the king's hall, and he goes ahead and he looks at her and he's like, "Ladorn." He goes, "The king will see you now." And she goes, perfect timing. It was nice meeting you as well, Othello." And she
Hmm.
stands up. She goes, "Good luck with your friends, and may they have better manners in front of the king." And she goes ahead and
Let's hope.
she picks up the sword as if it's light as a feather and sets it on her shoulder and walks into the king's room.
Good
I'm
luck to you
just-
too, as I'm stunned.
I'm trying
Poor
not to
Othello
stand
here.
being as dignified as I can.
What?
That's a nice sword.
Okay. Uh,
Oh, also, real quick, could I tell if she was like human, elf, or
she's human, but
human?
I will say that uh, you don't know how human, that she had a very magical presence coming from her.
All right, listen, boys. Whatever your thoughts are of the king, it would only serve it to our detriment if we did not act appropriately. So you have to be on good behavior.
Pexor, the waiter goes to fill your glass again after you finish it. If you
All
do
right.
finish it,
Oh
or
yeah.
I don't know how fast you're drinking.
No, I in the middle of our conversation, I realize what I'm about to do, and I'm like, I have to be. I can't do this sober. Like, I can't pay respects to this person sober.
So, Kirsten, do you want to do the talking then? Because I'm way out of my element here.
And I'm way drunk.
Go.
You can go ahead and roll a fortitude for me after a couple of glasses. Or I'm going to say, she's going to be in there for a while. How much are you wanting to drink?
I stop him from drinking
Yeah,
anymore.
after Pierce's warning, if I see him starting to like get too tipsy, yeah, I might be like, no, cut
I
him
mean,
off, no
I
more.
got a 19, so that's not bad.
Also, just letting y'all know, you don't have to just sit there. The room is covered in beautiful artwork. If you want me to describe paintings to you, I can. If not, most of them are just of famous battles against huge monsters and stuff like
Look at
that.
the size of this dude's. Oh.
Do any of the monsters look familiar or anything?
That would
Um,
be need to be known and everything, but otherwise, like Mal's just running around looking at everything. Like he is super distracted, and I have not once been able to roll high enough for him to maintain any kind of focus.
okay.
The
Uh,
highest I've rolled on my D20 is a 7. So like he is super distracted.
Yeah.
okay. Y'all start looking around at the paintings and stuff, and I'm gonna say, Josh, you come across one. Uh, did I say there was a picture of the claw glider on the key?
I think you did actually. You could see it
Uh,
inside or something like that. I think.
what I'm gonna say is that the beast that was described and the image you've seen on the key, you see it in one of the pictures, and it's this giant beast that's on top of this mountain, and you see this huge army heading up to it, and it's roaring down on the mountain, and it looks like a giant platinum or silver covered bear, and it has giant wings spread out, and it's literally the size of a mountain, almost like half the size of a mountain, and it's so huge, and it's roaring at the army leading up to it.
Wow, looking at that,
Wow.
yeah, looking at that, I'll see if I can pull Mal over to me and kind of gaze up at the painting, and I'll just kind of just look at it for a second, and be like, I think that's the claw glider that is in the key that we're trying to prevent. You know, the one my parents kind of dumped on me. If that thing's in there, Yeah, there's no way that that can get out.
Looks very large.
Yeah, a little too big. I can see why. But it just brings it just brings to mind why would they want to release it? I mean, if it's that powerful and that large, I feel like it would destroy them too. There's no way they'd be able to control it, right?
Pexor, if
Unless
you
they
wanted to,
have figured out a
not
way to
go see the
reject it.
king, that's always an option. You can just stay out here drinking wine if you want to.
I didn't hear a thing you said. What?
Yeah, y'all are talking over each other. I'm gonna go ahead and let since Josh started the conversation with
Yeah.
Mal, I'm gonna let Othello and Mal talk for a second, and then y'all can come in right after Frank and Michael. But go ahead and finish what you're saying. I didn't get any of that, Jared.
No, I was just saying that unless they've figured out a way to maybe not control it but direct it, if they can, kind of like having a laser pointer for a cat,
Yeah.
point it at a direction.
That's a pretty big platinum cat.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah. I feel like
pretty big laser pointer too.
yeah, I just feel like even if they directed it at some point, it's gonna make the round. It's gonna, you know, take over everything. It's gonna destroy everything.
Well, if it was trapped once, it could be trapped again. So if they think that they've got that prepared,
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Or they point the laser pointer at the cat itself. You ever done that? It works.
aha.
So you never know. It could be once everything's all said and done and they've conquered everything.
What's
Why
so
Put it
need
back
the
in the
urine
box or
sample?
whatever.
what's so crazy is whenever you look at the painting and you study it in depthly, right? The roar from the beast is so far away, and you see the soldiers up close, and you see the beast on the mountain in the distance roaring at them, but the amount that it's blowing him back, even at that distance, I mean, the beast seems like the most powerful thing you would ever see. I mean, it looked bigger and stronger than the biggest dragon that you'd ever heard of in a story. It looks like something that would eat a dragon. You know, just letting y'all know if you study the picture really closely.
Yeah. Yeah, seeing that, I'll definitely study it and just kind of actually getting a real visual of it. I mean, obviously it's in a painting and everything, but
You do
getting a
see.
visual of it,
Okay, go ahead.
it kind of intimidates me a little bit, like it's just more like seeing an actual image of what could be. It kind of the responsibility is more heavy now, I guess.
You do notice in the painting that all the soldiers and even the king that's in on the horse with the army, that they have the symbols of the kingdom on them. That was on the outside banner. So just letting you know that it's this king and that army that was in that painting.
All right.
So by association, you would know that either this king or his father seen the claw glider.
Is there a date or anything on there or any kind of like signage on
No,
the
just
painting?
it just has a really beautiful frame, but there's no signing or anything. What was you saying to Pexor piercing?
So, Pexor, if you didn't want to see the king, that is totally fine. You can just stay out here if you want.
Yeah.
And
Go ahead and roll your fortitude check for me, Pexor.
Wait, I rolled it once earlier. Do you want me to roll it again?
What'd
I
you?
got a 19 the first time.
Oh, okay, you're doing great. If you
I
stop
got that
drinking,
nice buzz.
if you stop drinking when they started complaining, then no, I'm not going to have you re-roll it. But if you took on a few more glasses, then yeah, I'd have to have you re-roll it.
I'm just nursing the one I have because
Okay.
I can see that it's a big deal. I don't know why it's a big deal, but it's a big deal to piercing that it is. And I'm like, fine, because we have to essentially we're borderline living with each other. I'll play nice.
Okay,
I mean,
the
think
this
about it this way.
Only
Think-
I'll play nice on one condition. You
What?
give her a hug.
Might as well just do it now. Get it over with before you're in front of anybody else. We are alone in the waiting room or whatever, right? So a
What?
hug's a hug at this point.
You'll keep your word, Pexor?
I will keep my word. Elf's honor.
You hate your own kind. What is that?
I mean, I'm still an elf. Like, yes, I hate my own kind, but you know, it's something. I don't know. I'm pretty tipsy. I'm not gonna lie.
awesome.
All right. I hug the dead body.
Right
When
as
a
you
guard isn't there. When the guard and the servants are gone, like, getting another cup or something, that's when I hug the body.
well,
Looks
the
around.
servant is the only person there, and she's waiting beside Pexor holding the jar of wine.
So that I'll say I'll put my arm around the servant. Tell me about this painting over here, and I lead the servant over to a wall.
Okay. All right.
Going for that hug.
I
Right.
did.
Are
I
you-
think hug.
Are you going to roll to hug her? So you're going to go for the hug, Frank?
Yeah.
Okay.
Victory.
As horrible luck would have it, dealing with a necromancer
No!
elf, the second you wrap your
No!
arms around the undead being, the main doors do open, and
Oh shit! I broke.
Ladorn comes walking back through with the guard, and like you're right in the center of the room, and you're hugging the other thing, and she stops and she covers her chest. And she's like, "Oh, excuse me," and she goes to walk around in a circular motion. You and
No.
and the other thing, and the guard's just sitting there like looking, and he's like kind of scratching the side of his helmet, like, huh?
Well, luckily the queen has a helmet on, so I don't think they know she's dead.
No, it's just a really passionate hug,
I
and
turn around.
they
Oh my god! Unhand her, you cad.
That's it. I'm about to beat you, Pexor. With her.
the guard.
That's my wife, but
You know what's sad? I'm really starting to enjoy the elf. So
I'm like a fungus.
I'd rather have the skeleton midget with us.
Russ, I'm so sorry that you're not there, man. But they were right in front of the hall, and I wasn't gonna have you appear right there after what happened. I would have loved to have you there for this, man. But you'll be there shortly, man. No worries. Okay. So right as she goes ahead and she walks by, and Pexor's still trying to make a slight bit of a scene, and you decide to let go of her in kind of like a type thing. The guard says to y'all, he goes, "Okay, the king is free, and he will see you now." Captain,
as I walk by, I say, "A deal's a deal," and then I walk it.
I swear to God, if he acts up, I'll break his legs. I will find a curb in medieval times where they don't really exist.
the captain, Captain Ready Fast, he's like, "Okay, well, let's all straighten up. Let's be good in front of the king. We got one shot at this. Let's go."
Right?
And he goes ahead and he walks behind the guard, and they take you into the main chamber. As you come in,
Go.
the marble pillars continue in this room, but obviously the carpet and stuff is more ornate. There's several cloth banners hanging from the ceiling that are branding the symbol of the kingdom, uh, which I will say is a hawk flying over the side of a cliff into the sun. But you come walking up, and the guard leads you so far, and he's like, "You may continue." And you approach, and you notice that the king's sitting there on his throne and everything, and he has his queen beside him, and he also has a daughter on the other side of her on a smaller throne. But right in front of them is this bluish, purplish, magical looking barrier that's kind of fluctuating and stuff, and he ready fast he looks at y'all and he's like, "Oh, don't mind the barrier, it's just for his protection. He always has that up." And ready fast approaches the king.
All pop in circumstance, I follow his lead. I'll do my best bow.
And I'll follow right behind so that way I'm hidden. So I don't really have to see the king and the king doesn't have to see me. And so until he bends over, then there's this skinny little elf that's still saying, "Oh."
Yeah, I'll just follow what Pierce is doing, and there's like a little delay, and then yeah, I bow just like he is. So
It's like a wave,
yeah,
As ready
And
fast
then
approaches the king and bows with y'all, uh, the king looks at him and goes, "Ah, Captain, I remember dispatching you to take care of the Razor Horde. I take it that since you return in so much fewer in number that the Horde has been eliminated?" And the captain looks up and he stands. He goes, "Yes, my sire. We have suffered heavy losses, but we neutralized the Horde. We are all that survived the battle, and we are here for you to honor the bounty." He's like, "Excellent, Captain. Like in our contract, you will receive 20,000 gold pieces as promised, and you will also receive the title of Protector to your kingdom. Being that all the Razor Horde has been destroyed, correct?" And he's like, "Yes." He's like, "What is this thing standing here? This appears to look like one of the hordes. Is this one of your people branding its armor?"
Oh, she's dead. Kind of.
It's dead.
my
The captain says, "Yes, I believe one of our members is a mage, and he wanted to bring the body here. She's useless and under his control, but whenever she leaves it, she will perish. But he just wanted to bring that so he'd have proof that they are truly gone. She is the queen." And he's like, "Excellent,
And
excellent."
I'll also pull the king's head out too because it's still frozen. Well, I mean, I'm still bowing, but I reach into my pouch ready to pull it out.
As you pull it out, he's like, "Hmm." He goes, "And that looks like the headpiece of their leader. Amazing. Good." And the captain's like, "We killed every boar rider we came across. Their people will be a threat to us no longer." He goes, "Well, excellent." He goes, "Very well. You may leave. My court advisor will meet you in the main hall, and he will bring you your reward. Thank you again for servicing the kingdom. Also, all of you that are involved, I will make sure my court advisor will give you a pass, and as long as you're here, you will get to stay at the Honeycomb free of charge."
Sounds sweet.
Sounds sweet. He says, "Thank you again for your service, Captain." And the captain says, "Thank you again so much, my liege, for giving me the chance to serve the realm. And I'm glad I didn't let you down. Thank you, thank you." And he gets up and he goes to walk away.
uh, bow, and then I turn to follow.
I'll do the
Uh,
same.
Yep, I'll do the same.
Okay. Nobody wants to speak to the king about anything while you're there at all?
I
don't think
didn't
I got
think
it.
it was a looking form.
Well, last chance. Okay. All right. You're escorted by the guard back into the main hall, and once you get there, you wait for a little while, and then the advisor comes out the big doors, and they come with a small, like, little push cart type thing, right? A couple of guards are pulling it. You see on it that there's two very large chests, right? And he comes up to me, goes, "Your payment, sir." And he goes, "And here are your 4 passes for the honeycomb." And he goes ahead and he hands them to the or 5, or yeah, it'd be 5 passes. My bad. 5 passes for the honeycomb. And he goes ahead and hands the captain the passes. The captain hands them out to you. And then he's like, "You may take the gold. Thank you so much for your service. We'll call upon you again if needed."
So it's 20,000 for both of them, like the king and queen, like essentially or eradicating everybody and bringing them both as evidence.
That was what was in the contract. That if you eliminated the Razor Horde completely, you'd be paid 20,000 gold pieces.
All right.
As he hands it to you, he goes, "For this amount of gold, Captain, I don't doubt your word, but I sincerely hope that you have completed your assignment. The Razor Horde was a mighty opponent, but you would find the wrath of His Majesty much more vicious. I bid you good day." And he turns and walks away.
What a weirdly ominous thing to say. If I lived in a fantasy realm, I'd call that foreshadowing.
Well, you got to lay it on nice and thick.
Oh, did you guys see that? That was almost on the nose.
Well, 20,000 gold pieces, that's a lot of gold pieces. And he was paying an entire mercenary band that to do a job. So,
So, all right, cool. So how we splitting this, guys? Hurry before Russell gets here.
the captain, well, we're going to have to go take it back. We can't do it right here. Because we're going to have to get some smaller chests, possibly stop by the general store. I was thinking we could just take it back in the wagon right now to the honeycomb, watch it over ourselves. We're the only one that knows that there's gold in this chest. We'll get back to the rooms in the honeycomb, and then we'll divide it. I'm a man of honor, and you will get your share.
Well, also, I mean, in my head, I also think, well, and it's 4-on-1, so if you didn't, then...
Let's just say, if you didn't. Cock shotgun. I'm gonna
Do
feed
we
you.
need to cast
I'm gonna
magical
feed you to.
protections on the chest?
Did you go ahead and leave the head and the queen there, or did you take her with you, Pexor?
I left them there as... Well, okay, actually,
Or did you take your magic from her and let her collapse, or what?
could I have taken the queen with me? I've kind of gotten attached. It's more of a sentimental thing now. It freaks out Piercy.
Like, did
Well,
they want her? That's the question.
Okay, I will say, since you left the head of the king, you wouldn't have to worry about it. You can take her with you if you like.
I'd take her with me.
Okay.
All right. Now, again, do we need to magically protect the chest?
That's up to you.
We lay on it.
We lay on it.
I have enhancements I can do.
You do that, I can carry him.
All right.
I'm
So
going to
both
say,
of them are
okay,
going to
so
mark with fire trap.
50 gold pieces by the book is supposed to weigh a pound, I believe. So this many gold pieces weighs about 400 pounds. So I don't know what your max is, Frank.
Yep.
You good with that? Can you just put one under each arm?
My max is 8. My heavy load is 800.
Wow, so you can just carry that. That's nice. Awesome.
Oh, we have the wagon. We could just put one in the wagon and have him carry one, or I mean, I don't know if
I mean, I figured I was going to carry him to the wagon.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Y'all obviously you hear the guards, they totally speak in Nord whenever they're like, "Oh my gosh, look how strong that giant is." Whenever he picks up
Carrying
he
it
picks
like
up
this, you know?
two chests like it's nothing. You see them shatter and grab their blades kind of, and they're like, "Oh Lord!" And
one of them looks at the other and slaps his buddy. Says, "I used to be that strong until I took an arrow to the knee."
that is exactly what happens. From now on, Michael is DMing because he's got it. But it shocks them when they see Frank's strength and how easily he picked up the chest. Y'all walk out the front door with it, and you load him on the wagon. I take it, Frank.
Yep. Yep.
I pat him on the shoulder, like, yeah, I had ever since I had that back problem. You know, it's I just can't do it anymore. Sorry. Thanks for taking care of that.
I figure.
Also, I'm still pretty tipsy.
All right. The servant is still sitting there. If you want to take the rest of that wine, Michael.
Oh yeah. It's called a to-go cup. I'm creating it now.
Nice.
Go cup.
Put a little lid on it.
A big bendy straw.
You look over at the queen. You want some? No? Okay.
Come on, you have some. Come on. I feel weird if I'm just drinking alone.
Yo, that would be gross. Seeing a necromancer sitting there sharing a drink with its undead companion. Like, what? What are y'all talking about? It ain't nasty. She's my friend.
Yeah, Mike.
Skin and bunnies.
All right. Y'all go ahead and you load it up on the wagon. You start turning the wagon around and you head it back down to the main road. When y'all get to the main road, y'all still driving the wonky wagon, right?
No.
I thought it was fixed. Wasn't it fixed?
Yeah, but
didn't they fix it before we left?
And it's got pig as the.
y'all fixed it though, but
Bacon.
y'all made it with
Yeah.
other wagon parts, right? It was at the battlefield. Didn't y'all use like several different wagons to put that wagon together?
Yeah.
I thought we had the. Oh no, never mind. I was thinking something else. Yeah.
Ooh.
You were thinking the one that got blown up.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna say that all of y'all's riding in the wagon with the goal. You're not even thinking anything. You know, it's still got a little bit of a lop to it. But when you get down to the main road, when you start getting when you go from the solid over to the kind of gravelly type road, sure enough, the one shorter wheel that y'all put on there that was from the other wagon, it busts and it crumbles. Well, the entire support of it busts when it tries to get dragged through the mud and through the gravelly part of the road.
Right.
You get a flat tire, basically.
Othello, do you know where a Wagoneer is?
Would I? I don't think I've ever been to this city before.
I've never seen ears on a wagon.
I can look around, I guess. I mean, how crowded is the streets right now? Are we like blocking traffic, so to speak, or?
uh, the road to the kingdom is not that crowded. Where you're at right now, it's not that crowded, but you can tell as you get to the center of town and also close to where the honeycomb is and where they have the fighting ring going on right now, that right there is pretty crowded. Uh, See if
So we're
y'all,
like
everybody that came in to the town before, go ahead and roll. What would be a remember check?
Intelligence?
Probably just an intelligence roll.
I assume
Okay.
I have disadvantage.
Oh yes, obviously. But yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll give you I'll just give you like a -2 disadvantage. You're not like wasted.
Okay.
But I'll go ahead and let y'all roll an intelligence check to see if you can remember where the wagon shop was.
I rolled an 8.
17.
I don't even know where I am right now.
I got an 8 as well. I was focusing on bacon and eggs, I guess, in the city.
Me too. I'm hungry.
Funny.
18.
Okay. Y'all remember a wagon shop on the other end of town, but it was by these stables, and it was kind of like right after you got into town on the left hand side. You remember seeing horses out there and wagons and stuff that was for rent and for sale. Um, you would think that that's where you could fix the wheel, but it's clean on the other side of town. Uh, uh, it would probably be a better course of action to even temporarily leave it there till one of y'all can get the wheel back, but to take the horse
Yeah.
with you. Anybody that rolled high.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to leave the wagon here. Take Bacon with us to go
The
across
horse, the
town.
pig.
And
Got a real Noah's Ark coming around, guys.
Yeah.
all
Are we gonna
right.
be?
You can guard the treasure because I was going to put fire trap on those anyways. So
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say somebody needs to stay behind. I'll stay behind as well.
Well, I
okay.
mean,
I
it's
was
not like Frank couldn't carry him. It's up to y'all though.
Well, somebody's got to carry the stuff back. I mean, we need somebody strong for that.
Well, I mean, luckily it's a wagon wheel, so if anything, we could roll it.
Oh, yeah, true. Well, I mean, who's going?
Plus,
Who's staying?
I don't know. Do we even want that wagon, or do we want a new wagon?
Also,
That-
since anybody that rolled high on the intelligence, you know that Frank could hold and walk with one side of the wagon. The one tire that Frank could hold that part up and walk with the wagon if y'all went slow, but it's up to you.
Right.
Do you want to just do that? Get to the inn and then burn the wagon?
Burn the wagon?
I
Just as
mean,
long
you
as you
know.
throw it on top of the inn after you catch it on fire,
Yeah,
then
of
yeah,
course.
yeah.
Right? It's not. We're not murder hobos without a good arson, right?
Murder hobos.
I didn't realize we were trying to unlock pyromaniac for one of our achievements.
And
Then y'all's gonna get in the ring for some bum fights.
Yeah, right. I got my shock knuckles.
I'd rather get the proper wagon. So I'll pick up that side and we'll go to the wagon shop just to get rid of the wagon and get a better one.
All right. Does everybody get out of the wagon, or do y'all want to put all the weight on Frank as possible?
No, yeah, I'll get out. I mean, I
I'll
would
get
help,
out.
but I don't. I would just get in your way, I think.
Okay.
So I
Actually, yeah,
also
too. I'll get in the front and lead Bacon while he's holding it, right? Because nobody's gonna really be able to get in there to kind of. It'll just way down further, right? So I'll just kind of lead Bacon where we need to go.
Okay.
do we have rope?
I don't know. Do you?
I should have some rope actually.
I believe I
Yeah,
have some as well.
I've got 40 foot of rope here.
Okay, because I was gonna tie up a type of harness and everything. That way I could tie. That way I don't have to be holding the axle with my hands the whole time. I could just tie it to the rope and then tie it to like around my shoulders and my waist and all that.
Yeah, I'll pull out the rope if that's what you want to do. You're the one that's gonna be lifting this, so anything that makes it easier on you.
Flight.
Hey, Lance, please let me show up in this moment.
It's about to happen, Russ.
Oh Lord.
No, no worries. So, okay, so y'all start carrying along, and you come up to where you're seeing the uh, honeycomb in the distance, and sure enough, Russell and his companion hoof and appear in the middle of the road.
Keep going.
I look at the jug and I go, "What was in this thing?"
Russell's wiping off the smoke off of him.
Whoa.
You see that Russell has the staff that the bishop used to hold, and he's wearing a set of what seems to be the bishop's robes.
Whoa, Bishop! You lost weight.
The other guy was the blacksmith that you know from the shop. Any of y'all that met him, and he seems to be covered in mismatched dwarven armor and tons of blood. And he looks very distraught and shocked.
Okay. Well, we'll
I'll
stop there.
I'm gonna
I'll
go ahead
untie
and
a piece.
I'll say it's
Oh,
like the honeycomb is within viewing distance of y'all. But
I'll
I'm
say,
gonna
whoa,
let y'all do some role play. Y'all see Russell's character. What do you want to
whoa,
say?
Bishop, whoa, Bishop, you lost some
yeah.
skin. Ah, if I
All good.
were, if I were sober, I'd think you our
I
friend.
see they found the tall one a job.
Good.
Good pony. Good pony. Come here, boy.
No, not a pony.
Here,
He's a
come
wheel.
here. Actually, that's just what I
So all
needed
he
to
knows
help
how to
fix
do is
the wheel.
roll.
Was some rib cage.
Adorable. I'm glad they found something for you. Special.
You know, it's
Wow.
funny. It's funny. I thought he was a horse at first. It turns out he's just a horse's ass. Of course.
Well, I was
I,
trying to be civil.
you know, it's so funny, Russ. I can't believe you're like, please interject me, like right here in this scene. And I'm not joking. You said that 5 seconds before I was going to bring you in. Next time, just have like 5 more seconds patience, because I was about to say, Russell appears in the middle of the road. I was like, well, he just ruined it. Good job. But it is.
Oh man.
But I mean, he's there. So y'all go ahead and continue.
Let us
All right,
get
that
this
was the fun part.
situation settled before I pound you to bone
You,
meal.
nameless. How dare you bring those people to my world? Another temple. Everyone is dead.
Bring
What do you mean
who?
everybody's dead? What happened?
Dead. Mm.
Your parents took Waka. Freud.
Did you see my parents? Did you see their bodies? Can you confirm it?
No.
I'll check the tattoo on my hand. Has it changed?
Oh, the tattoo on your hand disappeared when y'all summoned the key, right?
Oh, it did? Okay, okay. Hmm. So,
Then let's
what happened? What?
I was in the middle of my surgery, and this poor fellow had to pull me out of it, and is a true victim of this whole mess. And I turn to him and I tell him to go find his family. He needs loved ones at this moment.
You see, and he's still crying, and he's covered in the blood, and he's like, "I'm so sorry, I failed you. I'm so sorry," and he runs off.
That wasn't his job to protect me.
Hmm.
Shit. All right. Let's just discuss this later, but in private.
Okay, come on. Good boy.
All right.
So
We
kind of
do
trade
trade out
the
our
wagon
wagon.
situation.
Josh, I will say that your character is mortified. You don't know if your parents are alive or dead. Um, you did hear the other guy, uh, or you did see how distraught he
Bloody he
was.
was. Yeah.
Russell did say everyone in the church that he saw was dead. Uh, from what you gather, he did say that he it happened while he was under for the surgery or whatever. But so y'all go ahead and you continue up to the honeycomb. The honeycomb's actually in a pretty good view of the fighting arena. The fighting arena this is in the middle of this giant circle that's in the middle of town, right? It has little make shift bleachers that are surrounding it, but the honeycomb is on the southern side of that circle, so y'all have a pretty good view of what's going on there. As you come up and come up to the honeycomb, you can start to hear the roar of the crowd a lot better, and the clashing of the blades and steel. But y'all, I guess Frank drops the wagon in front of the honeycomb.
All right. So, how are we getting the chests in now?
Hey, Frank, did you smell that? Did you hear that? Sound of battle. I know we got a lot of bullshit going around. You,
Literally.
Rena, make some money.
We just made some money, and don't we have more pressing concerns?
The captain says,
Brother.
"Actually, I would prefer us at least. Well, I'm going to get a bath, and I need him to bring this gold up to the room, so we can at least get it separated later. And I make sure that the families of the soldiers that died got paid. You know, I don't care what y'all do with your end of the money, but these people, they need to be paid for what they've done and the blood that they've given."
Most certainly. So I'll grab the chests and follow him inside.
Okay, what's everybody else doing?
I guess I'll follow suit. And where's the wagon? Just kind of parked outside?
I'd say it's
Just
parked
in front?
outside to the left. I'd say the right side of the wagon or right side of the bar is where everybody puts their horses, where the horse tie was. But there is like an open area on the left side of the bar. I'm going to say that y'all kind of squeezed in there and put the wagon down.
Okay, yeah, I'll just make sure Bacon is good to go and he's safe and everything. And I guess after that, I'll follow suit and head up into the honeycomb.
I'll make sure the captain knows the password for the chests.
Oh, okay. Sweet, sweet. I didn't know that you actually put the spell on there. Sorry, Jared. I must not heard that earlier. And it was a fire spell?
Yeah, fire trap.
Okay. All right. So y'all enter into the honeycomb. When you come in, sure enough, the smell of honey and delicious food, and mostly ham, uh, hit your noses. Uh, you hear a wonderful band playing. There's a lot of people in town to celebrate the tournament that's going on, and most of the warriors that are either failing in the tournament or spectators that are tired of standing around there, this is the main bar that they come to for a drink.
Hey,
When
question.
you go ahead.
Can we canonically, right here, right now, make the music that we walk into the Cantina theme song from Star Wars?
Oh my god.
You know, it's your universe, Michael. I can't. You can have them play whatever you really want. I can't stop you. But
Hey,
I
hey,
I've heard that song enough that maybe it wouldn't be my first choice, but if you want it deep down inside, you got it, buddy.
it's for the fans. It's for the fans, okay? Cross universe.
But when you came up, you noticed that there was a beautiful sign made. They had a bee landing on a honeycomb on the side. You could tell that the bee was solid gold. They had very beautiful goldish paint along with the wood. Uh, Everything's real well carved. Compared to your normal inn establishment, this one looks like it earns a little bit too much money. Uh, but as you walk in, like I said, the smell of honey, it doesn't actually smell like a bar. It smells more like food. Uh, and people are dancing, being really happy and cheery. Uh, as y'all look around, the captain spots the owner and he goes to approach her. Are y'all just following him?
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
sit. Or actually, yeah, because we haven't opened up the chest yet. Yeah,
I'll
yeah, I will.
stay a little bit behind because I'm carrying the chests, but
Oh, don't you big booty crush it.
Okay, as you're walking by, Frank, carrying those big chests, you hear people, every once in a while say, "Oh, I wonder what's in those chests," and somebody else will be like, "Oh man, that's a big guy carrying a big chest. Oh wow," and you get a few comments as you're going through the bar. The captain
They're
approaches.
complimenting on the size of your
Look at
chest.
this. Yeah, damn it! I was just about to say that.
What did you say, Jared? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
So they're complimenting you on the size of your chest.
Yes,
I
there's a
get
lot
to
of
pull
gold
off.
pieces in Anyway, the captain approaches New and he gives her a piece of paper and he's like, I've been instructed by the king that we can have lodgings here for as long as we like while we're in the kingdom. We've done a great service to the land. We killed all the Razor Horde Rider of the Boars. If you notice, we have one of those boars outside. No cause for alarm. They're not harmful without their riders on them, but we adopted one of them, and um, I I was going to give this to you and let you know that it's all official and that we'll be staying here. She goes in, she looks over the pages, and she goes, our page, and she says, "Does all of your friends have one as well?"
I hold mine up.
Yeah, I'll flash mine.
She goes, "Okay,
It's in
well,"
my
she's like,
pocket.
she goes, "I'll be taking those for you. Thank you." And she takes the pieces of papers from you. She goes, uh, "By the king, he's going to pay for all your food and lodging while you're here. So whatever I can get you to eat. We have full bath upstairs. You all will have a room. There are 4 reserved rooms for the, or be 5, but for y'all 4, you'll have 4 reserved rooms that are usually reserved for the king on special guests. You'll be welcome to stay there at them. They're very nice rooms. Uh, like I said, we have plenty of stuff you can eat here. We have menus available if you'd like to look them over, and we can
You get
send
room
you
service.
we can send your food up to your room if you like. Or if you want to eat down here in the bar, it's up to you. I'm sure that you're weary from your travels. You notice that she's covered with a veil, and she has very beautiful golden eyes that it's almost hard to look into. Um, they almost shimmer and change in color as you're staring in them, almost like there's some type of magical property to them.
All right. Not noticing. I'm going to go clean up.
Okay.
Is she human?
No,
No.
not by glance. No.
Yeah,
You ask her that.
No.
I'll
I would never be so rude.
Are you a human?
I want to roll a check to see what race she is.
Okay.
Oh hell yeah. 17 plus 4. So no. Yeah. 21.
Okay. Anything above a 20, I'll give you a chance to know what she is. You assume greatly, even though she's covered, that she's a nymph.
A nympho. Eh?
Russell's face there. That was great.
this
Like,
just got
oh
this just got
no.
interesting.
Machine Man, no care. Machine
She's
Man, go clean up.
she's new the nymph, and she runs the honeycomb.
Knew the nymph, huh?
Yeah, and
I
her
sidled up to her.
honeycomb is.
I sidled up to her. I go, you know, I once
Oh
knew.
no.
I bump her out.
I won't
bump
do it.
him,
I
bump him out of the
I
way.
scoot the alpha pulse.
I slowly
No.
interject my arm
No.
between them. And go, no,
Over
no.
there.
And I look down and I go,
Ma'am.
look, you just got here.
Ma'am.
You may not understand how
Ma'am.
it goes right now, but you
Sir.
need to go over.
He's drunk. He's totally drunk.
Go.
Look,
No.
I pull him aside. I go, look, I get it. You're undead. I don't even know what the fuck you are, but I'm alive. Okay.
and you smell of berry.
I smell of elderberry. Elderberry's a good smell. Stop.
Not when it's coming from your breath, Pexor.
You know what? I don't hear. I only hear complaints from you guys. I don't hear any complaints from anybody else.
Because we know what you're trying to do, and this is a respectable lady.
Look, man, I don't even know what I'm trying to do right now. Okay.
That's the danger.
Look, oh gosh.
Look, okay. Look, I'll be honest, guys. I'll be honest. It's been a while. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I let you.
It's going to remain that way. It's going to remain that way because you're going that way. You're going
look,
that. No.
Look, you know what Michael Scott said that Wayne Gretzky said?
I'm helping Russell direct Pexor.
And
He's like,
as I stick my head over over the shoulder.
She's like, I'm a busy woman. Thank you so much. But you may speak to the staff if you need anything. They will be aware of your services and what you did. Here's your keys. And she goes ahead and hands you each the key to your room, and it has the number on the key.
Oh, the key to my heart. Ooh.
Ooh, I'm gonna roll charisma on that one. All right, roll charisma with me.
All right, yeah, sure, man. I'll roll charisma all day long. Oh God. Sorry, gotta scroll up. That is a 20, not natural.
Oh wow, okay. You find her or it would be opposite, right? So he would find her more attractive.
No, not in this system. The higher, better.
Okay, so he can resist her charms.
Yes.
Okay.
And her charms would have been a saving throw against will, so she would have a DC for that.
Yeah, but she's veiled.
He would pass with a 20. It's still higher.
Yeah,
So-
actually, I have a higher for will than I do charisma anyway.
Yeah.
Funnily enough.
She giggles slightly and she says, "Charming for an elf that smells of the dead."
I wanna say something, but I think we should let sleeping dogs lie.
Let's keep
I
going.
mean, oh, keep
Before
going.
you're-
Okay.
Before you're the sleeping dog.
I mean, you know. Okay.
Keep
I'll
going.
say, I'll say
Hey,
something like
she's not going anywhere, Michael. She's not going anywhere. She runs this place. It's okay.
I mean, you know, you could run a place from a room, you know? It's called an office.
What'd you say, Mal? What'd you say, Jared?
I was just making a quip about maybe a little dead on the inside, but you bring me back to life.
Dang, that's what I'm trying to say, but no, I keep getting
gonna go for.
getting taken away. It's like, I'll be the devil if you'll be the angel, babe.
I pick up Pexor with the chest and just.
You know my number.
He's gonna put the romance in necromancy.
Hey, man, you know. You always find love in dearly beloved.
She's gonna be making him stiff, all right. Anyway, okay, so she goes ahead and she goes back to her business. Is there anything you want to say or horrible moves you want to make before she goes?
No, I apologize to her.
I was going to apologize as well. I'll just tell her
gambling tables. Where are the gambling tables?
Russell, you go to gambling tables?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I mean, to be fair, I was also thinking about that too before I was so rudely interrupted with my moves. But
yeah, move.
You can move to your room.
Yeah. No, I can't sleep, so I go gambling.
Try to take your mind off of what happened. I got you.
I go get cleaned up and shined up and
Yes.
look good again.
Yes.
see,
Hey,
all I
Jared,
hear,
hey, Nicholas, do you have any damage?
Do I?
What?
Yeah.
I don't know if I still have any damage left or not because I heal while I'm in ring form, right?
Okay, I have this, and I hand him a potion of restoration for machine. It's a 2d8 hit points. So 2d8 plus 5 hit points. I made it for him.
Sweet. Repair potion.
Okay, Frank, the captain asked you to follow him up to his room to put the chest in there.
I'm still on the shoulders. Okie dokie. Mush. Bop, and I slap him in the back.
So you're on Frank's shoulders?
Yeah,
He's
'cause he
sitting
picked-
on the chest, essentially.
yeah, he picked me up to keep me away from the nip.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I go mush, and then I hit him in the back.
I go bump, and I run into a wall.
Okay, so sure enough, roll a reflex check for me, Mike.
Okay. That's a
And
5.
bump his head on the
Okay.
ceiling.
When he goes to walk up the staircase after you go mush and you sit there and you're laughing, he goes to walk up the staircase and the top beam hits you and knocks you off his shoulder.
Ah,
I'm not gonna say you receive any damage from your fall, but it was a pretty decent fall. And I'm gonna say your character laughs even harder because you drunk fail when you hit the ground.
you know what it
Oh,
sounds like? You know what it sounds like? It sounds like I'm free to go to the bar. Nah, you got something to do. Look, all I remember is the story of, oh, I woke up and there were dwarven women all over me like a blanket of flesh. Shut up, okay? This is my time.
This is my time.
don't describe you got loose. It's your problem now.
All right. Okay,
I never
Frank.
knew
I'm
obsessed with the
free.
dead would be so obsessed with laying with the living.
Also,
Hey,
Josh,
you know,
I'm so
it's weird
sorry.
if
These guys are also like overbearing with their conversation. What are you doing, Josh?
I'll probably just go to one of the servants and ask them to just send a basic meal up, nothing too fancy. And I guess I'll look at my room key to make sure I know what room I'm going to. And I'll probably just head up that way. I've definitely got a lot on my mind after Stone Scribe came back with the news of my parents. So, it makes sense. I'm just kind of wanting to be alone right now. So,
Okay. I'm gonna say you look over the menu, you pick a simple thing. You see all their silliness, you know, and like I said, or what I'll say is like you think that they're kind of taking all this lightheartedly compared to, or even though you feel like you're a part of them and that you don't know if your parents are safe. And for a second, it almost feels like nobody cares but you. And I will say that your character, not being offended by it or nothing, you understand that they're just trying to make light of the situation and trying to not think about such horrible things. But yeah, I will say that you, like you said before, you quietly go up to your room and get ready for your bath and wait for your meal.
if I can quickly interrupt, as I see, because I assume that either I would have met Othello falling down the stairs, or
Oh, okay.
or
Well,
I
I'll
would,
say
yeah, if I
as you're
see
laying on
him
the ground,
fall,
laughing, I'll say that Othello goes to walk past you quietly, and
well,
you. Oh, go ahead.
if I see him on the ground, if I knew he fell, I would have probably helped him up for sure.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, he
so
goes.
then okay,
He goes to help you up.
so then okay, so I get helped up, and I go, Othello, my boy, you look so glum. Drink, please. I feel. Look, I need a wingman tonight. Okay, I really need one, and you're that guy. I can see it. You got the eye of the tiger. I see it.
Eye of the tiger.
Eye of the tiger. Well, eye of the boar, I guess.
Yeah.
Fancy.
Well, I would probably say we need to get cleaned up first if you want to stand a better shot, but maybe get cleaned up and then come back down.
Only if you will come back down with me. We
All
won't
right.
bathe together. That's weird. That's weird.
Yeah, but all right. Yeah, I'll come back down.
Okay, then yeah, I'll
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 meet you.
throw my arm over the shoulder. I'll let me regale you with the time. Oh shit, what was that story?
Yeah, I'll just follow along and listen and just kind of get cleaned up and everything, and I guess become his wingman at that point whenever we head back down.
Okay.
Sounds like I got
Frank.
bonuses to charisma checks.
Frank, do you go in there and drop the treasure off at the captain's room? You do.
Yeah. Once I do that, I'm gonna go like take a bath, clean up myself, my armor, and everything, and try to make myself look presentable again.
As you're going to leave, he goes, I'm going to need you to be the main protector of this and be watching it over. So if we all have to leave or anything has to happen, will you mind staying here with the treasure if we do? I know that you could probably protect it more than anyone else.
I will do what I can then, yes.
Okay, thank you so much. He goes, I'm going to go in the bath real quick. Will you stay here with it while I bathe? And then I can come back and then you can leave.
As you wish.
Okay. Where did you say you were going? Did you just go to your room, Jared?
No, I was gonna go clean up.
Okay. But was you going to clean up in your room or just go to a bath?
Go a bath.
Okay. All right.
Actually, like, I have a quick question. Like, can you like actually submerge yourself in water? I know we've been
Yeah.
rained on. Okay, I actually don't know like anything in regards to the inner workings of you like short circuiting, I guess, for lack of a better phrase.
I know that would be a serious problem for Warforges if it was.
Right, yeah,
they wouldn't be going
no.
on any sea adventures. I know that. Russ, at the gambling tables, will you give me 3 gambling checks? I will say that you're there gambling, but there's other serious gamblers in town, and they look like some shady mofos.
You got Nine Fingered Nick on one side, Esteban Rodriguez.
What's your first roll, Russ?
How do you want to do the gambling check? I know
Just
you like to change it
Well,
sometimes.
no, just tell me what you roll in a d20.
Okay. What do you want me to add to it or take from it?
Are you attempting to use skill to overcome them? Because I know that you don't have have a craft as a gambler, right? Or a profession.
No, I don't. No.
If you had a profession as a gambler, I'd give you a bonus. But since you don't have gambler as a profession, and you don't gamble on a regular basis all the time, I'm just going to give you a flat check on it. But go ahead.
Okay.
First one.
11.
Okay, the first one was a 19. I'm going to say that. What interval are you gaming at? Like how much are you
For
trying to spend?
2 gold.
2 gold. How much gold do you have on you?
Way more than that.
Okay. Since you're gambling at that level, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do single gold pieces, and you rolled an 11, and I rolled a 19. So I'm gonna say in the first little batch of gaming, you've lost 8 gold pieces. Roll against me again.
Okay. 16.
I rolled a 2. You run 14 gold pieces back.
Oh, difference.
Okay.
And depending, like you said, Michael, difference. Like if somebody says they're gambling in tens or if they're gambling in hundreds,
Hmm.
that's what I rank it as.
Okay.
So one more time, Russ.
Yep. Oh, 19.
I got a 13, so you won 6 more gold pieces. So you lost 8 in the beginning. What was it? You won
I'm up
how
12.
many? Okay. And you can do a round of 3 more if you like.
I'll just keep playing. I don't need to know the number.
Well, you still have to roll against me for 3 more if you want.
Yeah, I'll just roll all at the same time.
Okay.
Well,
first
no,
one.
you want
Wait, it's
yeah.
got to be the difference. What was your first one?
Yeah. 6.
12. You lose 6 gold.
Yeah.
19.
10.
Okay.
One more.
And 8.
16.
The house always wins, man.
I'm down 4. Okay. No, I'm still up 8.
Okay. I'm going to say a new shadier person comes up to the table and they look like they could possibly be a professional gambler. It's your choice if you still want to play against them, but they say they want to start playing in tens.
No, I'm good. I'll leave the table.
Doc Holliday, what are you doing here?
You're Daisy if you do. Oh man, you don't want to play no dice? Come on.
Yeah,
Oh,
he sits
no.
across. I'll be a Huckleberry.
Russell, as you walk away, sure enough, you hear that person start making rolls, and everybody around the table starts yelling at them. So you felt like you walked away at a good time. I'm going to say while Russell was gambling, anybody that was bathing and getting ready, they got done. Frank, the captain, gets back from his bath and he tells you, "Thank you so much for looking over the chest." Uh, I'm going to say while the captain was gone, right? Uh, One of the waitresses knocks on the door, Frank, and she brings
Right.
you in a big plate of meat and bread. And she's like, "I know you didn't order anything while you're down there, but you're such a big guy, and I knew that you were going to be hungry. The lady told me to go ahead and bring you up some meat and bread."
I thank you very much. I give her 5 gold.
She's like, "Oh, well, that won't be necessary. Everything's paid for by the king. Thank you so much. I'll take a lovely compliment from you if you don't mind."
Thank you.
A lovely compliment.
And you don't get
Best compliment I got is smell like death.
away.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. Because your voice cut out there for a second for me.
Oh
So
no, it's fine. It's fine. It's good. She just had a big wart on her face, and she thought you were attractive, but she's kind of like a 10. So she's out.
oh,
She's out of there.
all right.
She likes them big and muscly. But yeah, she brought you some meat, and the captain comes in, and he's like, "Oh, thank you for watching it over." He goes, "I'll stay with it. I'm gonna go ahead and." Or I talked to one of the servants in the hall. I sent for a messenger, and I'm going to get an official from the guild over here so we can get the gold over there that belongs to them. But
Right.
yes, I'll go ahead and talk to one of your members and see if we can get someone to go to the general store and pick up some chests so I can divide this.
That's I was going to head back to the room and everything,
right.
kind of sit with the. I was going to sit with Pierce, but if the captain's going to be there, I was going to be with him. So
Okay.
So I'll go. I'll go down.
Okay. So are you going to go bathe first though?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Right.
As you
It
come
was
down the
in.
hallway, Jared, you notice that Paris comes out of the captain's room, but he isn't bathed yet. He was obviously looking over the gold while the captain was getting
okay.
ready. Uh, Josh, you finish, and Pexor, you finish as well.
So, malediction. How was the plate scrubbing?
It was good. I enjoyed it.
You look like a new man.
Yeah, I will say that he's the shiniest you've seen him.
Right? Look at that. Positively beaming. I can see myself in you. Wrong you, really, because you got shiny armor.
I'm going to say that they did have some oils to clean armor in that bath, right? And that you could use some of those, Jared, that were non-rust forming
Okay.
oils. And
So,
I'd say you got yourself WD-40'd up.
oh,
You ready?
malediction.
You ready to go, Slick?
If you wanted to tell the others that one or two of us need to go to one of the general shops around here and grab some chests for the some smaller chests for the captain, because he'll need to divide up that gold for the families and then take it to their guild house so that we can get distributed.
Okay. I'll go try and find Othello then.
All right. And then I go to the baths.
Pexor, I'm going to say that you being drunk and kind of quick about it. I'm going to say you got ready a little bit faster than Othello, so it's up to you if you wanted to go to his room and try to collect him.
Yeah, sure.
You got ready a little bit faster. Othello's. No, oh wait, Pexor would be busy putting those scented oils on his woman. You know, the dead queen.
Oh,
Well, she's
yeah.
outside.
She's out, she's outside with the pig.
Yeah, she's laying down in the cart.
She's laying down in the cart.
I mean, to be fair, like I really do think that's what I would have done, because if we only had like 5 little pieces of paper and she saw like 6 people, then I've been like, well, shit, how are we gonna solve this? But I think that's actually something that I would have done.
You go outside and the wagon's on fire, and there's a couple little halfling kids running off. But go ahead. That's you don't know about that yet. But anyway, anyway,
Does anybody smell that?
not
That big
okay.
Violent little town.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say that well, no, it's not. Or how long do you take getting ready, Josh? I just didn't think that you'd be in a big rush. You thinking about your parents and having your mind filled with all those thoughts, and him wanting to get downstairs. I thought that he would be getting done quickly, but it's up to you. If you want to get done as fast as you can, then I'll have him roll off with you.
I mean, I'm not going as fast as I can, but I'm not going super slow about it. It's just kind of,
And
normal pace,
are
I guess.
you just going normal pace, Michael? Or are you ready to get downstairs? Are you getting ready?
Look, I don't know the time frame that this nymph is down there, so I gotta like make sure that I'm there, you know?
All right. Well, Othello, as you're finishing getting up ready and everything, you receive a knock at your door from Michael, I'll say.
Yeah, I'll just kind of, rinse off my hair a little bit and just kind of slick it back and everything, still kind of dripping, and I'll just walk up to the door and I'll open it.
And as
I'll
he opens
call.
as he
Yeah.
opens it, my back is to him. And I turn around and my hair slid back with sunglasses and a cool leather jacket.
But yeah,
Nice.
I'll take eggs with me as well, and
A true wingman.
yeah, yeah. And I'm like, all right, well, I guess let's do this. Are you gonna do most of the talking? I'll
Look, I put my hands on his cheeks like this, and I get close and go, the only thing you need to say is yes. And then that's it.
Yes.
All right. As he has your hands on his cheeks,
Very
Mal,
cold.
you start coming down the hall towards them.
Ah, friends, just who I was looking for.
I want to
Hail and
do
well
this.
I turned his head to look there.
This is a strange greeting.
It's
Is this an
strange
elf?
too.
Oh, that's nice. That's funny.
I go to
I'm just
greet
like,
Michael, I don't know what I'd do without you in my games. I'm so glad you're in this. You play the greatest elf ever.
I appreciate it.
Keep it going. Keep it going. It's sweet.
All right.
All
Say,
right.
whoa, hold up. First, before you say anything at all, please, an hour at most. That's all I need. That's all I need. That's all I need him for. You can't have me. I'm gonna be busy, hopefully, but you can maybe have him.
Well, we need some small chests to be able to divvy up the gold.
Okay. We have 2 big chests right now. The gold's safe, so small chests later.
let me get him down there, and then I'll head back up and help. Let me get him in place, and then I think we'll be okay. Once he's going and's got his groove on, I think we'll be okay. But give me just a little bit, and let me get him down there first.
See?
I'll wait for you near the front door, and when you're ready, we can go to the store to pick up what we need.
All he has to say is yes. That's my man right there.
Yes.
I was the entire time I was bathing, I was still sipping on that wine. I had a shower pitcher, as they say.
All right. Well, I'll go downstairs and I'll people watch.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna. As I walk past, I go, "You're gonna want to watch this."
Russell, I'm gonna say while you're downstairs and you finish gambling, as you're walking around and you're looking at the people and you're waiting for your companions to come back down, you come across a group of dwarves that are from your order. They don't notice your robes right off the bat, but you do notice theirs. and they are talking about returning to the church that they came from there shortly. It's up to you if you want to interject, but they're just bragging about how awesome the tournament is here, but how the ale could be better at this place, and they're like, I'm so excited about getting back to the church. It's up to you if you want to direct them or not, but I was just going to let you know that it was happening.
All right, so since it
All right.
doesn't seem like anything's happening. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
Across the
Russ.
table.
I wasn't trying to upset you, man. I was just going to let you know that was happening.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
They go ahead and they discuss and whatever, and I'm going to say that the moment kind of leaves you, and you want to say something to them, but then the flashes of everything that's happened, and you're like, think to yourself, why should I even bother? Like, this is such a tragedy. It does take you the wings out of yourselves for just a little bit. And your friends, you notice them coming down the staircase. And I'm going to say it catches your attention. Whether or not you want to approach them, it's up to you.
Now I'm gonna jump off my stool and walk outside.
Okay. All right, guys. As you're walking down, roll a spot check for me.
That, my friends, is a natural 20.
Oh, wow. So with your
Yeah.
bonus,
Oh,
He
my
needs to
bonus.
be drunk more often.
I just know what I'm
Drunken
looking
master.
for.
Yeah.
With my bonus, that's a 22 altogether.
okay.
I got a 20, but it wasn't natural.
Okay.
Same here.
Anybody above a 10 actually see Russell walking out the front door. Uh, he doesn't seem like his head's held up high or anything like that either. He doesn't. I mean, you can't. He just doesn't look like he has pep in his step.
Mm.
There's
Paxor is
not
torn.
happy
He
with
wants to
waddles
help his friend,
anymore.
but also he has his whole thing set up in his head. He's got the lines, he's got the look, he even smells nice, you know. So Paxor is torn.
Paxor is torn.
He's got his entourage, his wingman's wingman, you know, like
Yeah,
Also, anybody
I
that
was gonna say,
rolled a anybody that rolled a 20 or higher realizes that he might have been walking away from an area where you've seen other dwarves that were wearing his cloaks type. So it might have been hidden. I'm not saying your character would put her two and two together, but if you rolled a 20 or higher with your bonuses, then yes, you would notice that he probably noticed that, and he's probably not doing too good.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I think Paxor's too lost, like too gone to have put that together.
Okay, that's fine.
yeah,
I
I don't
will
know.
follow him out. I'll abandon my idea of watching people and everything. I'll go talk to the dwarven skeleton.
I'm in the bath, so
all we hear is a squeak squeak.
How the hell is
Right.
he getting in the
You
bath?
I had to put a couple of barrels together, you know.
and hey Russ, you don't are Russ? Do you have your Russ? Are you cloaked up, or are you skull showing?
Fully cloaked up. I got
Okay,
gloves on and
okay, cool. Yeah,
I
I was
got my
just
mask and I got full cowl over.
legit. I was just checking, brother.
No, you didn't give me a lot of talky time to tell you what I was wearing. That's why I just said I got my stuff.
My bad. You know
No, you're
that
okay.
sometimes I rush, man, and I knew it was coming up to 30 minutes on the beginning, and you know, freaking, but I assumed that. The thing was, is I didn't know if you uh specified that you wouldn't put your hood up, but I was just making sure just then. But I
No,
assumed
I'm
that,
fully cloaked up.
yeah, I assumed like if you're going to public, you know, I was thinking that you would be doing that. All right, Jared, you go after Russell and you go to approach him.
Friend Stone Scribe. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm just heading to the general store.
Huh. We need to go to the general store for small chests to divvy up the gold. Perhaps I can
I
accompany you.
I can get them. You can enjoy yourself. You earned it.
I have nothing else that I am doing.
Okay. Now we just have to find the general store.
Right.
Okay. Do y'all want to approach anybody and ask?
I just a random stranger. I pull on their cloak and ask, "Hey, where's the nearest general store?"
Okay. You come up to a person and they're watching the fight from at a distance. Uh, they were totally non-aggressive, normal looking, redheaded person. You tug on their cloak. They turn around and there's like, oh, right over there. I believe it's called, the Lost Looter. Yeah, that direction. You can see it. It's down the block there. Has a sign with two L's on it. Can't miss it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
No problem. Enjoy your day.
You as well.
Okay.
I don't think he's ever been that nice to me.
All right.
I wonder why.
Okay. Y'all head down to the general store. I'm gonna go ahead and handle this separately. Go ahead and handle it first. Uh, I'm gonna say you get up to the general store. Uh, as you walk up to it, you notice, like I said, the sign has two L's and it has a bow and arrow on it. Says the Lost Looter on the front door. When you walk into the store, you notice that the person that owned it is also a bower fletcher and got tons of bows on the wall, but he also has furs, camping gear, everything that you would need for adventuring basically there in the store. The owner is dealing with a customer right now. You can tell that he's a what it looks like he just looks like a normal human, but he has a bow also on him with a quiver and stuff.
Right. I guess while we wait for him to free up, then kind of look around and see if we can find if he has any small chests kind of sitting out and about. If not, then just kind of looking at what wares there might be to be on sale.
No, don't use a chest. Don't keep your gold in chests. Keep it in barrels. They got those 4-quart barrels with the toppers on them. That's what you want to put them in.
You as you're looking over the stuff and he's telling you about the barrels, a young man that looks like the store owner, pretty much looks like his son, he comes walking up to you and he's like, "Oh, can I help you?"
Ah, um, so what kind of barrels were you suggesting?
The 4-quart, probably about chest size. So
Dwarf would
they're
be like, "4 quart," you know.
yeah, 4 quart.
You can fit 4 quarts of liquid in there.
Yeah, about 4 quarts. I mean, you put your gold in there, stuff it with something else or something, make it hidden. They're not going to find it. That's why you never find dwarven gold anywhere. It's all hidden where beer is.
I'm sure the captain would still like chest for his part of it. So,
That's more of a human thing.
I see. Um, so I suppose 4 of those barrels then, and then we'll probably do uh, 4 chests as well. See how much that runs.
Shouldn't be more than a couple of silver.
It goes, "Oh no, we have excellent prices here. Definitely, just go ahead and pick out whichever ones y'all want, and I'll take them up to the front for you."
I need 3 yards of a heavy silk, and a basic heavy black robe, and about 10 feet of leather binding or leather strips.
Said 4 yards of black silk or heavy silk,
Mm-hmm.
and a heavy robe or cloak.
Yep.
And how much leather? 10 foot.
Yeah, 10 foot of twine leather.
When he gets done with that, I want to look at
Uh, he's going to be like, well, we have some sales going on, but I'll be able to get all that for you. Those 3 items. We'll say 3 gold pieces.
Okay. Do you have a changing room?
Yes, we have a room where you can try on clothing right over here.
All right, thank you.
And what for you, my mechanical friend?
so I need some to see what they have in the way of like armor smith tools, um, and then some repair materials and things like that as well. To resupply.
Okay, so you need a basic armor repairing set. In this edition, guys, how much does those run? Probably about five
What is
silver
it?
pieces. Armor repairing
What?
set. Could it just be like a hammer, tongs, uh, nails? I don't know what even all be in an armor repairing set.
Yeah, probably.
Rivets, obviously.
It's probably
Leather,
closer to like 5 gold.
5 gold. Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, I would say that they have it, but I'll even do it one lower. I'll say it's 4 gold for armor repairing set.
Right. And then how much was he charging for the 4 barrels and 4 chests?
I'll say that the chests are a they're how did you just get basic chest?
Yeah, just
I'd say
small
they're
basic one.
they're 5 silver pieces a piece, so 2 gold pieces for the chest. Uh, and then I'll say for the barrels, I'll say 2 silver pieces a piece, right? So
Okay.
8 silver. That's just me guesstimating. I was like, I'm not gonna look for the the equipment list and pull up the prices.
Do they sell weapons here too, or
We
is
just
that
have
out of their specialty?
we're the bow shop in town, but we don't really sell any other weapons. We have basic daggers, and I think we have a few short swords available, but nothing of like well make, just simple traveling weapons.
Okay.
Something that a merchant
I'll
might carry on himself.
I'll get
Nothing for.
directions from him for where what he would consider one of the better weapon stores, so that later on I can go check that out too.
The weapon store is actually being ran by the same person that's running the fighting tournament in town right now. There are other people running his shop, but he's attending the tournament. But his name is, or the shop's name is Heron's, and his name is also Heron. You can't miss him. He's a cycloptic bird man, a kinku, black raven, but only has one eye in the front.
All right. That still doesn't tell me where the shop is.
Oh, my bad. Or he also gave you directions. It was up on the main square in town, or the main circle where they're having the tournament. It was on the north side of
Okay.
the circle.
And then I'll just wait on Stone Scribe and everything to get done.
Okay, what was you doing in there, Russ?
Changing my cloak out, and I use the staff. It's silk, and then tying it with leather.
Nice.
Like it. So,
Smart. Good.
yeah. And then I wrap up fancy
That's
cloaks, and I put it in my one of my bags.
Well, thank God you did that because it'd be easier for you to be spotted. But yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so you went ahead and you got all changed out. You notice that he comes out in different clothing, Mal.
You have changed up your look.
Yeah, less suspicious.
All right.
Anywhere else you needed to go?
I wanted to go check out the weapon shop.
Okay.
Okay,
So we'll
y'all
settle up
leave.
our price here and everything, pay them, and then head that way.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to drop off those chests?
Huh?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, y'all go ahead and you go up to the front desk of the owner. He goes ahead and tallies everything up. He says, "Thank you for shopping at his shop." And he goes, "If you know anybody that uses a bow, send them my way because I got the best bows in town." Uh, he goes ahead and checks you out, and y'all go to leave. Uh, Piercing, Othello, and Pexor, you're still down into the bar. What do y'all start doing when you get down on the bar floor?
I mean, I scan the room for is no, right? Noe? Know what?
New.
New, that's it. New.
Are there any girls
I scanned the room for new.
Well, I'm getting up my bath, cleaning my armor and all that.
You do see her at this time, but she looks like she's predisposed with what looks to be possibly a piratey type character.
A pirate? Like Yar?
He looks like he's wearing a pirate hat, and he sure enough has a parrot on his shoulder.
Yo ho, yo ho.
This is getting almost stereotypical. I'll are they all at the or like at the bar? I see all this.
Oh, actually, he's discussing something with her. He has a piece of paper out. Uh, they're going over something. It doesn't look aggressive or anything, but you see, like he's talking with her at depth about something. He also has a couple of people with him that look like bodyguardish types. His clothing does look fine, and he looks well to do, and looks like he's discussing business with her.
All right, then
Um,
oh, what?
y'all also roll your spot checks for me while you're looking through the room.
15.
I also got 15.
Okay.
That's a wingman right there.
Uh,
Synchronized.
Yes.
Yes.
What did you get? Also, I'm gonna say that you finished taking your bath, Frank, as well,
All right.
and you start heading downstairs if you like.
Yep. I'll go downstairs. I notice.
The moment I hear the creak of the floorboards above me, I just go, "Oh no!"
Um, I'm gonna say you hear the creak of the floorboards and you notice Frank, but I'm gonna say that Josh notices Ladorn sitting in a corner, and she's reading her same book. She has her same sword setting up against it, uh, but she has a very ornate goblet sitting there. She has some wine sitting there, and you can tell, she's just still diving into the book. But I'm gonna let you know that she's there as well. But as you see her, Josh, you also hear Frank coming down the stairs.
You make it sound like I can't be quiet.
Okay? Well, I
I
was
mean,
just
I
saying
think
the
it was the
stairs,
physics of
the
boards.
stairs are
Why are
creaking.
you trying to be quiet? Like,
Are you rolling to be quiet? I don't know. You can tell me. I mean,
No. What's
well,
what's
it's just
the what's the
you're hard to
thing?
miss, Frank. It's like a
I
minotaur
know.
down the stairs, bro.
When you
You
have to
know?
duck going down the stairs, not to hit your head, I think we all
No,
see the
almost,
guy ducking.
almost guaranteed none of these doors are big enough for me. I'm 8'3".
For the first time, you see Frank with his hair like actually nicely done. And did you put your armor
Yeah.
back on, Frank, or are you wearing just normal clothes?
Yes. After I use the same oils and everything that Malediction told me about,
Yeah.
to clean up my armor, my weapons, and everything. My shield's in the room
Okay.
and everything. My sword's on me and everything, and I'll go back to find Othello.
Okay.
Walking down, I go, "Did you guys use that essential oil stuff? I think it cleared up my gout."
Yeah.
Gout. What's
you
that?
walking around club-footed the entire time?
My hand, I can have gout in my hand.
What's
But
that
yes.
gout about?
Oh, okay. Okay. So I'll
Oh, that's too much for you. That was.
look, we all have our limits, okay? I don't judge you, you don't judge me, okay? I'll sit at the end of the bar and kind of, I'll actually just keep ordering drinks. I'm not gonna lie, I'm just gonna keep ordering drinks.
Okay.
Othello, did Malediction find you?
Yeah, he went after Stone Scribe though. He should be outside. Why was there? Was it about the chest we needed?
Oh, good. He told you.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna set Pexor up here, make sure he's doing all right, and then I'm gonna head out as well and get those chests.
Can I
Start
pet your
making
bird?
We went
go
out with.
for it. Yes.
We have gotten the chest.
Not yet. I think they're outside. Um, but yeah. Well, start making your moves, Pexor. Yes,
All
I'm a
right,
willing man. Let's go.
all right.
And as this is happening too, I'm gonna keep an eye on Ladorn as well, just to kind of see what she's doing. While also
Guys,
helping him, but just kind of every so often glancing over her direction, see if she's still there.
guys, I'll be 100% honest. I've been married for 6 years. I haven't had to do this in a while, so it's gonna be rough.
Uh, um, you do, as you do notice, Ladorn, you notice that she's really fixated in her book, and uh, every once in a while she reaches over for her goblet and takes a sip, and you can tell she almost has the entire room blocked out as she's reading. You also notice that nobody there is bothering her or approaching her.
Othello.
I have a huge sword.
You
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
take a fancy to her,
That
don't
could
you?
be all of it right there.
Well, when I was
Okay.
speaking to her, she said that she was from the Council of Elements, and I know we need to head there soon. We need to discuss about you know who, and
Right.
she might be our way in, is what I'm thinking.
I look at him. I look at Othello and I say, "Look,
All right. So first off, ignore everything that one says.
Look,
Okay?
and the look.
If you think
What you do is you
benefit,
go up to her. Okay, look, one person talking at a time, and it's my time. See, look, I have the talking picture. It's my time.
that's a picture. My bad. It looked like a cup.
Okay, fine. You're big. We get it. Whatever. So, so I go. Okay, what you say is you go over there and you say, "Girl, are you the element of fire? Cause you hot." Do that right now.
Yeah.
Here's some liquid courage, and I hold it, and I slosh a little bit of wine out.
Coming from someone a bit more civilized, I would say that's a bad idea.
I had gathered as much.
Look,
I'm just gonna
look,
act like
this
I'm taking
is
a sip and just take the tiniest little sip and then just be like, there you go, I'm good. If I'm gonna be your wingman, I gotta keep a level head, right? So
you're right. But now, okay, now here's the thing, because I see my girl over there. She's kind of occupied with these scallywags. Nah, I'll take care of them later if I
You
have
look
to.
back over and she's not standing there anymore.
Do I see where she is at all?
Actually, you start scanning the room and you don't see her at first. And then you go to turn around and she's standing right there listening to you.
Okay.
He had a mini heart attack.
Okay. Let me try this. I'll be back. What's up? How's it
So,
going?
are you finding your lodgings to your liking? And how are you enjoying the wine?
I I actually slide, or as I'm looking at her, I'm like, here's the bar. I slide over a menu and I go, well, I've been looking over the menu and I think I found some dinner, but oh look, I think I found some dessert. And I point to her.
Okay,
So,
roll charisma against her.
Oh dear.
so Othello, take.
I'm gonna let y'all know
Oh
right
my
now.
god, that's a natural 20 again.
She
Oh
she
my
rolled. I'm not joking, y'all. She rolled low. But anyway, I'm just saying she rolled crazy low. Freaking she rolled a 3, and you actually see her giggle at his comment, and she goes, "Oh, you elves, so flirtatious all the time. I do love this. Thank you for coming into my bar. You really do charm me." And she laughs and walks away.
Well, before she leaves, she says, "You're really charming." I go, I could always do more than just charm you.
Okay.
As this is happening, can I scan the room and look for the pirate guy and his men?
Yeah, it's
Do I
right
see them?
behind the text.
Do I see them anywhere or
You actually see them over at the gambling table.
okay, so they're preoccupied, they're not,
Mm-mm.
checking us out. Okay, good. Just making sure.
Okay. Go ahead and
No,
roll another charisma against her, Michael.
Othello, if you're going to talk,
17.
She whenever you
No,
say that, she's like, "Oh, but aren't you so brash?" She's like, "Maybe later. I'll consider it when you're not so drunk, my darling." And she
okay,
goes,
then
"Obviously, it could be just the wine." And she tries to walk away again.
okay, wait. Okay, hold up here for 1 second.
all right,
Let me see if I got a spell for this.
Pexor.
Look, man,
Lady
I'm rummaging through my tome. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Looking for a spell to get rid of any sort of toxin in my body.
you need to talk to Stone Scribe for that one.
Hey, you never know, man. You never know. In a moment of desperation, things can just.
Right? Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to say you've been laying on the wine this whole time, and she's kind of sober. So even though she finds you very becoming, she rolled decently high on that second charisma, which if she would have failed that one, it would have been a fish in a barrel. But, she rolled pretty high on that one. So I'll say that even though she finds you charming, she just noticed that you are drinking. And even though you're a good looking elf, you know, maybe she'd talk to you more than when you're sober. That's the feeling you're getting.
So
looked
Othello.
I looked at Othello. Where were you, man? Where were you? Just see me carrying the whole thing.
You told me just to nod and say yes, so I was there to be your wingman. That's what I did. You're lucky those pirate guys weren't around. I mean, they were talking together. They might have a thing for her too. I mean,
Okay, now actually, on that note, did I see that it was almost like a business deal? It looked like it was going on because they said they had a piece of paper and they were discussing things, almost like almost like a business deal of sorts. It wasn't any sort of
I will say
amorous thing.
no, because of her race and who she is and what she's known for. Uh, I will say that everyone that you see speak to her that would be sexually interested in her, whether it be opposite sex or same sex, are very enamored by her. They're just, they seem to be overtaken by her presence.
Ah, damn. Okay.
So
So
Lance,
got a lot of
your
suitors.
flirts, though charming, she gets that about every 5 minutes.
But she doesn't get them from me.
Exactly.
Mm.
It's all about those roles.
so Lance, unless she's doing something different, like my character, because of my race, I am immune to like charm person
Okay.
spells. I don't know how that would affect me towards her or anything,
Oh,
but
well, I would say that if she tried to charm you, with her mask off, then I don't know. Nymph's charm is magical, and you're
right,
immune to charm
like
person.
still
So,
susceptible. Yeah,
I
I'm
would
still
probably
susceptible
I would give
like
you a flat,
charm.
I'd give you a flat charisma roll against her instead of her magical influence, since you're immune to charm person.
Okay. Yeah, because like the charm monster spell and hold monster and stuff still work on me, but the regular versions do not.
Okay. Awesome.
Wait. Okay. I just actually saw this. I have 2 antitoxins. Would that count?
So unfortunately, you've already drank, so it'll help you with future drinking for the next hour, but it doesn't help you with sobering up.
Okay.
Okay.
Hit me with some coffee, barkeep.
Strongest
All
stuff you
right.
got.
This
I
fellow,
need a double shot cappuccino right now.
Give me the red eye.
regarding your lady friend with the book and the massive ass sword,
hmm
don't
With
take
the
his
massive
approach.
ass
Okay.
sword. Oh,
What?
Don't take his approach.
Oh, I think I've learned a few lessons here for sure.
Uh,
So,
Look, you guys
complimenting
talk.
on her
Okay,
massive ass sword.
okay, look. You all say you learned some
You've
lessons.
already
Yeah, you
talked
better have
about
learned from the masters what it sounds like,
it.
because it was almost fish in a barrel. It's more like fish in a very small
Put my
pond
hand
right
in
now.
his
I mean, I
That's
will
not
say it.
better than a barrel.
I mean, I will say at least it ended on amicably, right? I mean, she didn't hate his guts or anything, so something worked,
See,
I guess.
see, you
You
know
also
what?
gotta think that a beautiful woman like that gets hit on by every
But
dude with a
but
penis
again,
in
does she react that way to every dude? Mm-mm.
probably.
Only, only, only to God damn it, only to Paxor. Paxor. That's me, Paxor.
Like your name was Texor. Don't you spell it with an E and not an A?
Look, it's French, okay?
the
Potato,
language of
potato.
love.
Anyway, I am ushering Othello to her. Just talk to her. If you have to spill her guts out to get her to help us, then do that.
I yelled,
This
"Do
is this
fine."
is your mission also.
Well, are you going to? Are you gonna go
I'm gonna
and get the
keep
chest?
him at the bar.
Okay. Well, somebody needs to check on Mal and Stone Scribe. I seen them leave. I don't know. They might be getting the chest. I don't know. They might still be waiting out there for us. I
You'd,
told them that
as,
I'd meet up with them.
you'd assume that they'd have been back by now
Mm,
if they were just going to go get
yeah.
chest.
All right. Well, if that's the case, I will go and try to look for them.
Then
Doctor, and do not listen to the elf in a dress.
I push his hand, his finger. I push his hand down, and I go,
You want to hold
"It's
my hand?
it's wingman time." And then I do that little eyebrow move, right out.
No.
It's wingman time.
All right. Well, yeah, I would definitely check on them just to make sure, you know.
I will go and check on them. You do what you need to do, because if Malediction's siblings truly did do that, then we need to make as much progress as we can.
Yeah, I mean, I'm almost worried being in a place like this. I mean, it just seems like this would be the place to check, right? The first place to check. And if we're here, it's going to be another
And
type of situation.
if you're worried about her maybe brushing you off or anything like that, just remember the ace up your sleeve, or rather, the key in your pocket.
Yeah, I'm just not sure who I can trust with that information. You know, I mean, I know she's from the Council of Elements, but I'll just have to get a feeling from her, I guess.
Look, he's got the ace. He's got the ace up his sleeve, or the P up his sleeve for Pexor.
I wish you
P
wouldn't
for
call it P. Yeah, P up the sleeve. That's does not sound good.
Excellent look at
All right. We got little bottles of yellow, apparently.
Anyway, Othello, go talk to her. I'm going to find Malediction and Stone Scribe, and Pexor is going to drink his woes away.
I'm wingmaning it, man. It's what brothers do, you know. Wingman. It's a role reversal, you know. You help me get the girl. I mean, argumentative at that, but I help you get the girl.
So are you just gonna say yes?
You know what? I'll do one better. I'll give you an opener.
Okay. Let's see how it goes.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Russell,
need to
and Jared, y'all both get to the weapons store.
When I was walking to the weapons store,
Yep.
did I see a flower shop or yeah, a flower shop?
You don't see a flower shop, but you definitely see a woman selling flowers.
Okay. I want to stop there for a second.
Okay. You come up, and
Uh,
she has an assortment of flowers and a wagon of flowers behind her.
Oh, so she's got a lot of flowers.
Yeah, different styles.
How
Would
much
you
are your
say she
flowers?
has a plethora?
How much are your flowers?
Oh, they're a copper a piece.
Oh, so you how many flowers do you think you have?
How many do you need? Well, I have rarer flowers, but the standard flowers are only a copper a piece.
How much are your rarer flowers?
She goes, well, it depends on what kind you want. Everything up from a gold piece for a bouquet of them, or even just 5 silver pieces for a bouquet of them.
How much for all the flowers you have in your wagon and selling them?
The whole wagon or just the flowers?
Just the flowers in the wagon.
Oh, well, usually I clear out my wagon for about 15 gold pieces a day. I could sell them all to you for that, but that's
I'll
every
give you
rare
20
flower.
gold. I'll give you 20 gold and you deliver them for me with a note.
Oh, okay, sure thing.
Okay.
What does the note have to say?
From a dwarf who only wants a kiss.
Okay, and who should I give this to?
Oh, do you know who owns the what's the name of that bar we just left?
The honeycomb?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
you're
owner.
talking about the beautiful new. I do
Yeah.
deliver flowers to her frequently, but
Stay away.
nobody's delivered her this many flowers at once. Wow, you must be trying to make an impression, sir.
Bro, I brought
Actually,
you. I somehow brought you
would
in this
like-
world.
I would like to buy today's flowers, everything you have, and tomorrow's flowers. and I
Oh,
want you to do the same thing today and tomorrow.
2 different notes?
Note the same note.
And I shouldn't give her your name?
No.
Oh no, a small arson. Oh man.
Just from a dwarf that's her admirer that you want to
Yep.
kiss?
Yep.
Well, thank you so much, sir, and you have definitely fed my family well for the day. Blessings upon thee.
Minus 40 gold.
Fuck you.
He just paid 40 gold to put a thorn in Michael's bullshit. Now, Russell, you would think that that's money wasted, but in Russell's world, that's well spent.
I think Jared knows why I did it too.
Shit.
Okay, Jared, you noticed that he did that while you're standing there. Is there anything you want to say while he's doing that?
No, I'll just let him do his thing about setting up a flower delivery.
Y'all are cold blooded. Got no friends in this group. I opened my heart and soul to this place, and nope, they just stomp on it.
No, what would have been worse is if I would have put someone else's name. Note.
Why not mine? You know, help a brother out. I'm over here. Saved your girl from fucking cat people. Saved this dude's parents from cat people.
Hey, I was
Killed 2 gully dwarves.
Hey, I was your yes man. I was your wingman. So hey, I'm still on your side for now. But
For now.
it depends. Hey, it depends.
Oh, the countdown starts. Oh boy.
It depends. Hey, Ladorn. Hey, you gotta be my wingman too. So
Okay,
you gotta be my yes man.
I already got
so
7.
are y'all going to go ahead and go in the weapon shop?
Lance, I went out
Yeah.
looking for him.
Yeah, once he's done and everything, we'll continue on our way.
Okay, y'all go ahead and you continue on into the weapon shop. Sure enough, you see the sign. Pull up his name one more time. It's easy for me to forget.
Wasn't it Heron?
Heron,
Heron
yeah.
or something like that. Yeah.
So you see the sign, Herons, and you see a picture of a raven on there that's got one eye. And you walk up into the shop. Right when you come in, the smell of oil and metal fill your nostrils. You see all kinds of armor and weapons all over the place. You actually see a back wall with a case that holds weapons of better make. Some of them look even magical. What do y'all do?
So find someone that's working there.
Okay.
Obviously, looks like one of their salespeople or front and everything, and then start inquiring about a good slashing style weapon.
All right. You come up to a female that, she actually has one eye as well, but it's been plucked out of her, you know. Looks like a horrible battle wound. She's sitting there oiling up a blade, and you come up and you're like, "Hey, I'm looking for a slashing style type weapon." And she's like, "Well, there's about 1,000 of them in this shop. Anything specific?"
Um, Ease of use would be of a good concern, but it's not necessary.
Oh,
I'm just looking for one that will do something that's light, but can also hold its own in how damaging it is.
I have falchions, I have sabers, even rapiers if you're looking for something extra light. What kind of weight are we talking about?
Probably no more than 4 pounds. I wouldn't want it to be too heavy.
So are you talking about, do you want a thin blade, a thick blade? How long of a blade?
That doesn't really matter too much. Definitely not like longsword style, but
Well, come here and let
something
me.
with.
She takes you over to the saber rack. She goes, "These are all of our non-magical sabers. Feel free to handle any one of them that you like."
Thank you. I'll just go over them and find one that seems to have a really good edge to it.
Okay, you notice that your mechanical hand is really big, and it's hard to fit in a lot of these because of how your hand's made, right? But you do find one that's almost a perfect size to your hand, and it matches your metal tone as well.
Nice. All right. I'll check to see how much that would go for then.
Well, she's like, "Oh, that's a brilliant hardened steel piece. It will keep a real good edge. I'll let you have it for 3 gold pieces."
Sold.
Anything else I can help you with?
That's all I was after.
Are you going to use it in the tournament?
Probably not. But maybe. Just
Okay.
depends.
All right. Well, be sure to check it out. I'm sure it's coming along nicely. There shouldn't be many fights left.
I will. Thank you.
Russell, are you wanting to get anything while you're there?
No, I'm good.
Okay. As y'all's leaving the shop, Frank, you see them actually leaving a weapon shop across the way as you're walking out, scanning, looking for them, right? Cross on
Right.
the other side, you see them walking out of a shop, and you're like, "Oh," and you start heading towards them. Okay. Uh, as
Right.
you're heading towards them, uh, this gnome walks up to you, and he's like, "Oh, you're perfect!" And he grabs you, and he starts tugging on your armor. He's like, "Down here, down here."
What do you want, little man?
Oh, yes, and you're a very big man. You're what I was looking for exactly. Oh, are you looking to possibly, you know, win something terrific today?
Depends. I would need you to elaborate further on that.
He goes, "Have a fighter. He was just your size, and he's in the last 3 fights of the tournament. Actually, he's going to be up against the last fighter in the next fight, but he was mortally wounded in the last one. No one knows that the wound is killing him,
Whoa.
but he can't fight in the next one. But guess what? You are just his size. If you wore his helmet and his halberd, you could possibly win that fight. If you do, I'll just take the gold since he won all the other fights, and you can have the prize, which I hear is a brilliant set of armor or a magnificent weapon."
Uh, Give me I as he's talking and everything, I want to try to flag down Jared's character and everything. Like just kind of wave him over.
Well, I'm pretty
Ah,
sure Malah, she's going to finish this fight soon, so you have until she kills that person. But after that, she's going to have to fight this last fighter, and if she doesn't, she's just going to win. So here's your chance, your big chance. You could totally beat her, and you don't even have to fight anybody else.
I,
Look at
all
the
right,
size of you. I know you have it in you to beat her. I mean, she's tough, but she's not that tough.
fine.
Okay,
Malediction. We'll be back.
okay, you see, I'm gonna say as y'all come out the weapon shop, you actually see Frank's character discussing something with a smaller gnome person.
Ah, friend Pierce.
And they come running up to you, I guess.
Right. So this fellow wants me to fight in the tournament real quick.
Ah, is he your manager? Are you his manager? I have such a good deal
No,
for
he is a friend of mine, a companion.
Manager.
So you're his
Yeah.
manager, the cloaked fella.
I take my stick and I ting ting. Very tough.
Very tough. Oh, I know. Look at his size. I had a fighter that was just his size. He's been mortally wounded in the ring. He's not going to be able to continue in the last fight. I'm thinking he could replace him and I could still get the reward money. But he could take whatever magical item that wins in the tournament.
Money and the prize.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Hey,
I trained my
no
fighter.
No matter what, you are out of this fight.
Well,
Nothing or half.
Okay, how about I give you a quarter of the money and the prize? Because the prize is probably even worth more than money from what I've heard. This is the deal of a lifetime. I just have no need for a sword or armor.
And he will win the prize money. Take this deal.
So they spit in each other's hands and shake because they're weirdos.
Gnomes and dwarves, those weird stone people.
Yep, that's what we do.
All right.
All right, y'all. That's 3 hours, and that's the session for tonight. Boy, did that go by fast, right? When I was writing it, I was afraid that it wasn't going to be enough, but I still overrid it, so that's good. I thought we were going to get into possibly frank fighting, but I'm glad it left off right there. But I just want to say, all y'all did a good job tonight. I know I had fun since it went by so fast. Very talented role playing from everybody. Russell, it's really great to have you back. Um, uh, Everybody, awesome work. Hopefully, we'll get to game again this next coming week. Depends on how everything works out. But still, guys, lots of fun. Thank y'all so much. Anything else you want to add before we get off here?
I really hope it's not Lenore I'm fighting.
Oh, it's the worst thing I've got in my basket. You must Narthel the Garthak.
To make your attack, you must answer this riddle.
But anyway, thanks again, everybody. I can't wait for the next episode. This one went really good. I had lots of fun, and I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace.